Well, it may feel a little bit like David versus Goliath. Maybe that's how Rotherham like it. Maybe those players can stir some of the resoluteness that saw them survive in the Championship last season. Leeds, the overwhelming favourites. They'll take any win tonight, but a win would close the gap to the leaders in the Championship to just 5 points. It's live and exclusive Championship action here on Talksport 2 with the former Burnley and Wolves striker Chris Iwelumo and Talksport's Jim Proudfoot.
Thank you. So the two teams are out. Rotherham in their traditional red shirts with white sleeves, white shorts and red socks. Leeds in their change kit tonight of a very dark blue with white trim. This is how they line up. Rotherham, Johansson in goal. Player who made his international debut for Sweden last month, had an excellent season last year. Peltier, Morrison, Ayala, Bramall and Revan are the defenders, possibly in that combination with Peltier playing at right back in a 5, but there are plenty of different ways that they might line up. We'll keep you posted. Rathbone, Thierry, Dolphin and Onyedinma in midfield, and Sam Nombe up front, the £1 million signing from Exeter in August, for whom he scored 17 goals last season, but he comes into this with just 1 in 22 games. The bench for Rotherham: Lembikisa, Eves and Hugill, Kelly, Lindsay and Hall, Apaya, McGuckin and Phillips. For Leeds, Meslier in goal, Archie Gray playing at right back again, the 17-year-old who made his debut for England under-20s this week. Roden and Cooper at centre-half. Junior Firpo making his 50th Leeds appearance, his first start of the season at left-back. He's in for Sam Byram, that's the only change. Ampadu and Kamara in midfield. James, Peru and Somerville. And then Ruta up front. And on the bench, Ayling, Bamford and Anthony. Stroud, Byram, Poveda, Nyonto, Gruev and Carl Darlow. Ollie Langford officiated Leicester's defeat at Middlesbrough a fortnight ago, and he is the man that's in charge today. The players from both teams take the knee ahead of kickoff, and Rotherham will get us underway. They're kicking from left to right, defending the north stand away to our left-hand side in this first half, and it's a commanding header from Liam Cooper down the left-hand touchline where Ruta tries to keep it in, and the referee says he managed that and was fouled, and it's a free kick that'll be taken on the Leeds United left by Junior Firpo. Delighted to say that the former Scotland striker Chris Iwelumo is alongside me. Some game this. I mean, it is a mismatch for all the reasons we've talked about, not least financial acumen. Yep. Third bottom against third top. But Rotherham's home record in this spell in the Championship has been half decent. Yeah, it's been not bad, and they have to take a lot of confidence from that. I think they're going to have to concede possession tonight, but every opportunity, be organised, defensively compact, not give silly free kicks away as they just have done. But in that transition, just try and keep the ball around and just give it back to Leeds, because it's going to be a very, very kind of body draining night tonight, because they're going to have to be switched on, getting moved around all over the place this evening. Well, at the moment, Rotherham playing Onyedinma at right back and Bramall at left back in a 5. As Leeds take a free kick and work it forward for Dan James. Ball inside the penalty area, headed over the bar by Joel Peru. Got across his marker at the near post. Difficult chance for him. He comes off the Dutchman's head, out of play for a goal kick that'll be taken by Victor Johansson away to our left-hand side. 90 seconds gone here on Talksport 2, your home of the EFL. It's Rotherham 0, Leeds 0. Yeah, it must be a delight. When you're in the box and you've got the wide players that Leeds have, it's quality that's coming in. Joe Peru there, always on the move, just making sure he can get across his man, because it's the ball was right on the money. He'll be disappointed he's not worked the goalkeeper there. Rotherham will play it forward. Onyedinma with a little touch. Rathbone keeping it on the right-hand side, down in front of us, level with the edge of the Leeds box. And Rathbone taking it on towards the dead ball line, standing it up towards the near post. Meslier punching it clear. Onyedinma helping it back in, but it's then whacked clear by Cooper towards halfway. Morrison ducks his head in and gets it forward. Onyedinma can't pick that up. Kamara can for Leeds and will turn it forward through the midfield. Ruta with a lovely little nutmeg is able to get Leeds going, but it's given away quickly. And now to be played down the right-hand touchline by Onyedinma and off Firpo, and out of play for a throw. So it largely speaking is the defensive lineup that we thought. When they're in possession, though, Rotherham, they will try and make it a 4, and they will push Revan forward down the left-hand side, but they will go back into a back 5 when they're out of possession. They've got a throw which they'll take now. We've already seen Oliver Rathbone, so important. He gets the ball, he drives, he allows players to get up and support, and he had a delivery in the box as well that wasn't too bad. Onyedinma, then Chehi down towards the right-hand side. Dauphin with a high ball inside the penalty area. Cooper's got on that. Rathbone with a little scorpion kick, trying to get Revan clear down the left-hand side of the penalty area, but Archie Gray's there to knock it away. Rathbone's seen plenty of it in the early stages, winning a 50-50, but Ampadu's very quickly got his foot on the ball for Leeds, and now Junior Firpo has it. Firpo has described the start of this season, because of the injuries that he's had, as being some of the worst months of his life, so frustrating, out of the team, but back in tonight for his first start of the campaign. He only made his first appearance of the season as a substitute against Plymouth in that last game, which brought Leeds a 2-1 win. A third successive victory in all competitions, and they won 6 of the last 7 as well. So they have been the form team in those chasing a top 3 place at the moment, with about a third of the championship season having been played. We're 4 minutes into this one in South Yorkshire, and it's goalless between the sides from South and West Yorkshire here on Talksport 2.
Well, you can see there Liam Cooper and Joe Rodin there, just trying to, about 30 yards from their own goal, just trying to keep possession, try and suck Rotherham out, but Rotherham discipline, staying in their positions. I think when Leeds come over the halfway line, I think that's the kind of time when Rotherham go and press in numbers as well. So it never worked. Leeds have now got it in the Rotherham half.
With Ampadu, he's played it back for Cooper, who recently became the first Leeds player in the club's history to play under 13 different managers at Elland Road. Farke being the 13th of them. Farke's won 10 of his games so far and lost only 3. The biggest win coming at Leicester, live on Talksport 2 3 weeks ago. High ball played for Cooper, heads that one away. Brought down well by Rathbone. Onyedinma plays it back to him. Rathbone driving towards the edge of the penalty area. Low ball in. Hit Cooper. Little backheel flick from a Dauphin. But he couldn't get Nombe into play. And it'll be cleared by Leeds once more. Ruta coming to meet it. Couldn't get the flick he wanted. Peru chases after it, but Ayala's been able to work it back for his goalkeeper, and Johansson with a long clearance finds halfway.
Look, the ball's coming in the box there, Jim. The Dauphin has to just keep possession. Get hold of it. No, you're right on the point of the 6-yard box. So get the ball, you're back to goal. You can either swivel, get a shot away, try and get it between some legs, or get the ball under control, get your head up. Is there anyone coming into the box? He's tried a little back heel blind. It's a good ball in the box. You're in time and space. Get control of it. Keep the ball alive in there.
Leeds in possession again. Bring it forward, Joe Rodin. Involved in international duty during the week. Couple of 90 minutes behind him in the Welsh games away to Armenia and at home to Turkey. And Ethan Ampadu played 90 minutes in each of those as well. There's Glenn Kamara. He was involved in international action for Finland. Saw 160 minutes of internationals over the last fortnight. Good ball play forward. Somerville driving inside the penalty area. Somerville, brilliant. Magnificent finish by Cree Somerville, who picked it up in the inside left channel, got it onto his right foot and blasted it into the bottom right-hand corner. He's taken barely 6 minutes. It's Rotherham 0, Leeds 1.
It's an excellent finish, Somerville. That energy down the left-hand side just gets in behind. You know, he's in so much space. Great first touch, drives into the box. Only one thing on mind there is that he's going to get a shot away and just finds that bottom right-hand corner. That's an excellent finish as well. I don't think there was players there to support that he could get the ball across. Took it on himself. The confidence that he's got. That's 6 goals in 8 championship games. Outstanding return from a wide man as well, and he brings assists.
Yeah, he got a couple at Norwich, couple versus Huddersfield. That rampant first half display in the last Yorkshire derby that Leeds had. And now they lead this one by a goal to nil inside 6 minutes. Cree Somerville's 7th of the season. He'd only scored 4 goals for Leeds before this campaign started. But he's got 7 so far. And as Chris said, that is 6 in his last 8 games. It's Rotherham 0, Leeds United 1. Leeds looking for a 5th straight win in matches between these two. Rotherham's last win was here back in 2016, a day when both sides ended up with 10 men. Marcus Silvestri sent off for Leeds really late on, and Greg Halford scored the resulting penalty as the game ticked into stoppage time. And that was the last time that Rotherham beat Leeds, and it was some 7.5 years ago. Peltier hoping the ball forward here. Former Leeds man Lee Peltier. Ball brought down well by Peru. Somerville trying to flick the ball back into his path. And it goes out of play for a throw that'll be taken on the Leeds United left by Junior Firpo. It's Rotherham 0, Leeds 1. Now the Leeds fans and the Mears stand away to our right-hand side of those that you can hear in fine voice. Here's Cooper finding Roden. Now towards the Leeds right again for James. James just slightly behind the 17-year-old Archie Gray. Very visible, even right on the far side of the pitch. A very dark mop of hair on his head. Back for Roden. Roden via his keeper down towards Cooper. And Cooper's got time to be able to bring the ball forward towards halfway. Just edges it forward here to Firpo. Back for Cooper again. Cooper square across the face of Rathbone. Finding Joe Roden. Leeds beginning to take control. Settled by that early goal. Cohen Bramall's won it back for Rotherham. Forced to go all the way back for his goalkeeper, Johansson. And he clears long towards halfway. 8.5 gone. Leeds leading by a goal to nil. Somerville with it. And these are the thoughts of the former Scotland international, Chris Iwelumo.
Yeah, well, like you say, they've reacted well, I think, Rotherham. You know, obviously conceding possession, but Bramall there had an opportunity. And that's all you can do. They're so compact that Leeds are very, very patient, trying to kind of go down one side, give the ball to Dan James. Obviously Bramall's come out, intercepted that there, but just couldn't take it forward in his stride, and then has to go back to goalkeeper. But it's disciplined, you know, down this right hand side. I just feel they have to get a little bit tighter to Somerville.
Now, rare mistake by Rathbone has given Somerville possession, and he's worked it down towards the left hand side for Ruta, and the flag is up against him. It came up late. Everyone looking across to the assistant referee, and George Byrne eventually obliged. I think it was the correct decision. Free kick which will be taken by Johansson just outside his own penalty area.
Well, you see that there as soon as Somerville gets the ball, he's driving inside. Ruta's made the run, but then I think Ruta knows that he's offside as well. You can see by the body language, Somerville probably half second too late, takes another touch and then finds a pass. He is offside, but there's such an understanding with that front four.
And Nombe getting on the end of the long ball fall from his goalkeeper. They just try to knock it down for a Dauphin in the midfield. Leeds clear, comes back again towards Sir Fred Onyedinma, and he will take on Liam Cooper, who can dig the ball clear. Somerville chasing everything. Is a little bit unlucky that just gets in the way of the clearance there from Morrison, which hits him and goes out of play for a throw. That'll be taken on the Rotherham right-hand side. Wayne Carlisle, the caretaker manager, but it is a gang of threes. They got the job alongside Scott Brown and Dan Green until the permanent appointment is made. Here's Onyedinma, bringing it forward for Rotherham, right-hand side of the penalty area. Little drop of the shoulder, then another, and a nutmeg of Firpo, trying to nudge the ball in. Really well read by Ampadu, who'd followed the run of the Dauphin, and then Ampadu with a clever little backheel flick and lays it down for Glenn Kamara, and Leeds elegantly playing their way out of trouble. Eventually get a free kick, as Rathbone is judged by the assistant referee to have pushed Ampadu over. I sense that had you been Rathbone there, you might have been a little irate.
No, definitely. I don't think there was a lot in it, but excellent defensive play from Ampadu. Seen the danger. I've got to say, I'd often got the ball centrally the Leeds half. As soon as it went out wide to Onyedinma, he broke his neck to get into that penalty area, and that's what you want. But it has to be in product. Onyedinma, a little bit of trickery through the legs. But Ampadu onto it like a flash, and then in that transition, composed, and just feels that pressure from Rathbone. It's a soft one, but it is a free kick.
Now it's Hakim the Dauphin that scored the goal that kept them up last season. A winner against Middlesbrough here back on May Day, which got the job done, got the Millers over the line. Ended up finishing 19th. They'd been relegated in each of their 3 previous championship seasons. Now, the archetypal yo-yo club, really. They've changed divisions in 6 of the last 7 years now. Just shows the ability that they've been able to have to punch above their weight. But currently 4 points adrift of safety behind Huddersfield, who host Southampton tomorrow. If Rotherham were to lose here tonight, remember they're 1-0 down at the moment, and a QPR draw at Norwich will send them down to second bottom. Leeds, for their part, 8 points off the top. 5 at the end of the night if they hold on to the lead that Crescencio Somerville has given them just 6 minutes in tonight. Ball's with Liam Cooper, who played 12 here on Talksport 2. Jim Proudfoot and Chris Iwelumo talking through the action from the New York Stadium, where it's Rotherham 0, Leeds 1, as Ampadu plays it back for Cooper. Cooper controlling it on his left foot. He just flicked it onto his right for a moment. No one was fooled. He was always going to go with his left back across the face of the defence towards Roden. Played forward again. Gray involved in it. Flicked on by Ampadu. Peru has it now. Good movement from Dan James ahead of him. He's got Ruta peeling out into a wider position as well. And the ball is played in towards the Frenchman. Now Ruta bringing it back through the midfield. Finds Glenn Kamara. Former Rangers man down to the left-hand side for Junior Firpo. Kamara's got it once more. Somerville will take over. Somerville 10 yards outside the area. Little reverse ball in, but Morrison's there to head it away. Leeds will be able to win the second, so with Cooper, and Gray's got it now. That's
where Rotherham have to be better. You know, little moments like that. Yeah, Somerville tries the little ball into Perot there. They're good defending. The ball goes free. Rotherham have to be winning those second balls. Now, as soon as Leeds win it, Rotherham can't even get out. The defensive line, that defensive unit, doesn't get any time to step up whatsoever, and it's just basically defending again, following your runs. They had the opportunity early in that phase as well.
Ampadu, a little bit too much curl on the ball that was played in from the centre of midfield, trying to get Dan James in behind Bramall. Well, the ball goes through towards Johansson. He's had an interesting path, Cohen Bramall. There aren't too many players that Arsenal have ever signed from Hensford Town. It's not the most ploughed furrow in footballing history, but Cohen Bramall is one. They paid 30 grand for him. Now playing for Rotherham. He's just short of 60 games for the club behind him. The ball played by Kraschehi, the Rotherham record signing and central midfielder. Another with experience of playing non-league football here early in his career. He was on the books of Woking and also Tunbridge Angels at one stage. Rathbone offside as it's playing into him, left-hand side of the penalty area. And it's a free kick that Leeds will take. Away to our right, 15 on the clock with Leeds leading 1-0.
Jim, Rotherham in good possession of the ball. I think it's Bramall out on that left-hand side. There's 4 Rotherham shots in the box. I don't. It doesn't have to be a quality cross. Just put it in the box, ask the question, and like you say, pick up second balls. Make Leeds defend. If they're turning down the opportunity time after time, and then offside, a silly offside. Come on, these are the moments. Good play, get himself into the left channel, opportunity to put the ball in the box. They've got 4 Rotherham shots in there. Ask the question.
Roden will bring it forward. Finds Ethan Ampadu. Ampadu, 15 outside the centre circle. Play forward in towards Junior Firpo and back for Ethan Ampadu again, wearing 4 for Leeds. Square to his left is Cooper. Played forward by Cooper towards Glenn Kamara. Into Ampadu. Easy for Leeds to string the passes together. There is a little bit of pressure on the ball coming from Rathbone, who tends to be the man leading the press. Nombe, not so much. Will show willing, but there's no real intensity about his press, and it's easy for Leeds in the kind of area they are now, which is about 20-25 yards inside their own half. Then when it's played for the next pass, they do put a bit of pressure on. They'll get Peltier will come and close down Firpo when he goes towards the left back, but by and large it's easy for Leeds to get out.
Well, there's no pressure on Liam Cooper or Joe Roden. They're just passing it between themselves, and then you're thinking as a Rotherham player, we're 1-0 down now, but even at 0-0 they were doing that. As soon as Rotherham go, and that information comes from behind you, and that comes from whoever is that central centre back, will be saying, right, let's go, and they get an opportunity to step up. But that's when Leeds just go bop, 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 into Ampadu, into Kamara, or into the likes of Perot, who's got that space, because that distance, Rotherham are a little bit stretched. So they've got to understand, if I'm Rotherham, I just sit on our own half. As soon as Leeds come over, that's when that's the trigger point to go.
Cooper knocking it square across the edge of his own penalty area for Roden. And now Archie Gray. Long ball played forward over the top by Gray, who's in his breakthrough season in the Leeds United team, having been on the fringes of it since he was 15. And such a prolific talent, they reckon his little brother might be even better, potentially. Yet another from the Gray footballing dynasty, but Archie playing his international football for England, unlike his grandfather and great uncle, Frankie and Eddie Gray. Ball over the top for Leeds United from Roden, trying to get Gray in, but easily knocked away by the retreating Chehi, and it goes out of play for a throw. Should be taken over on that Leeds United right, the far side, midway inside the half that they're attacking as they kick from right to left here on Talksport 2. Cooper's got it. Cooper in towards Ampadu. Ampadu towards Somerville, letting the ball run across his body. Had the pace to get there before Peltier down by the touchline. Somerville cutting it back onto his right foot. That was the move that brought the goal 6 minutes in. Gray goes out towards the right-hand side now for Dan James, whose cross is blocked off Bramall, out of play for a throw that will be taken on the Leeds right.
Well, I love that Lee Peltier there, he followed Somerville all the way, never passed them on, and you have to do that. You have to take responsibility as a player and say, oh, okay, the pass out to James was a good one, but then Somerville, he goes into the box, Lee Peltier follows him all the way. I've got to say, let him go for the first goal. I don't know what happened there, that's the danger area. He cannot find the space that he had in behind that defensive line of Rotherham.
Leeds in a position to bring it forward. And Dan James has got it. James cutting inside the penalty area. Johansson comes across towards the near post area. He's just taken a deflection away from James. Johansson able to pick that up. Wasn't a back pass and stopped it going out of play for a corner. They've had 8 home games this season, Rotherham. They've won a couple, which are the only 2 wins they've had. They beat Norwich here and then had a 2-0 victory against Coventry, which turned out to be Matt Taylor's last win in charge. They've only lost 2 of the 8, beaten here by Leicester at the time when Leicester were beating everybody, and also Bristol City as well came here and won. But the problem has been away from home. Away record abysmal, 1 point in 8 games, where they've scored 3 and conceded 21, and they've also been hit for 6 in a cup tie away from home as well. Now Rotherham have got a throw here. I don't think many in the ground thought it was a Rotherham throw, but it's been given that way. Lee Peltier will leave it for Morrison, and he has a prodigious throw inside the penalty area. The first chance for us to witness it here. Yeah,
well, this is the thing. I think Cooper has been so strong in there, so commanding and dominant. But this is it. It's another opportunity to put the ball right in the danger area.
And he's launched it in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. A really good header away from Firpo. Brought down by Thierry. Poor touch from him. And Ruta will just nudge it over the line. He was hoping to flick it off Morrison. But it's not a Leeds throw. That one definitely was a Rotherham throw, and Morrison's got an even better angle to try and work this long throw this time.
Is it me, Jim? Could Tahei just took that one on? Take that shot on. There's a lot of bodies in there.
Morrison launching it in again. Ball. That's a dangerous flick. Headed away by Joe Roden, and then Somerville. Brought down on the right-hand side of the penalty area by Fred Onyedinma. He tried to take on his man, couldn't beat him, and Ruta should be able to get it away. He's made a bit of a meal of that. Ends up conceding another throw, and it's 3rd down for Rotherham.
Yeah, I've got to say that one worked very well. Met it, I think, Onyedinma at the front post, flicked that one on. Can you be alive? Get the second phase. Then there was an opportunity for Onyedinma to get the ball in the box. Tries that little one through the legs. Come on, he's done it 1, 2, 3 times already in this game.
So another long throw in from the captain, Sean Morrison, is flicked on, and just as the Dauphin was trying to get his right foot to it to blast it towards goal, Glenn Kamara did well to knock it away for Leeds. Cooper able to head it on, and now Ampadu can drive. The counter-attack is on. Rotherham getting bodies back, and the Dauphin's done brilliantly to come back, go up through the gears, and just slide in with his right foot and flick it away from Ethan Ampadu for a throw.
Yeah, well, like you say, Leeds were on the break there. Somerville's looking in behind. Ampadou's driving. It's a very, very timely challenge, wasn't it, from a Dauphin? He had to break his neck to be there. Timed it very well.
We're 21 minutes in here on Talksport 2, and we've got more Championship action live for you tomorrow from the Hawthorns. Ipswich just above Leeds at the moment, and they are at West Brom. It kicks off at 5:30, and it's live on Talksport 2 tomorrow evening. And that's after the small matter of first against second summit meeting in the Premier League. You won't hear it anywhere other than on Talksport for national radio. All the action from the Etihad at 12:30 kickoff. A game day exclusive. The build-up starts at 11 tomorrow. Manchester City against Liverpool. Here's Fred Onyedinma for Rotherham. Flick towards the edge of the area. He's got it back. Survived the handball shout, which came from the Leeds fans away to our right-hand side in the south stand. And then Kamara's done really well to pirouette out of trouble on the edge of his own penalty area. Roden and Cooper can calm things down, and Leeds will be able to get it away.
It was much better from Rotherham, that direct ball. I've got to say, Liam Cooper never came through and won it cleanly, but he did get the better connection. But who is it? It's Rotherham picking up the second balls on Onyedinma, having a little bit of link-up play, got it back. Just got the ball caught in between his feet, didn't he? Just wanted to open it up and hopefully kind of get a shot away at target there, but it never materialised the way that he wanted it to.
Bramall with the ball forward, and one back by Leeds in the midfield with Ampadu. And then he finds Junior Firpo. Cooper's got it again. He just lets the ball roll almost to a standstill inside the D. and plays it forward for Ampadu. Rathbone will put a little bit of pressure on Ampadu when he's got it. We've seen that a few times. Talked about the fact that there's no pressure on the centre halves when they've got it, but Rathbone's happy to hurry Ampadu.
Yeah, and I know what you're saying there, but when Ampadu drops into the same line as both Cooper and Rodden, let him be. Just say, you know what, okay, you're not troubling us there, but he's breaking his neck, Rathbone, and putting pressure on it. And I think he's got to keep his energy for when they step over the halfway line like they are now.
Ollie Rathbone, one of the longest serving of the Rotherham players, and he hasn't been here that long in the grand scheme of things. He's in his third season since signing from Rochdale. He's got more than 100 games for the club behind him. Here's Joel Peru for Leeds in a central area. Another good challenge from Godolphin. It's his second immaculately timed challenge of the game. Hurt his left shoulder as he made that one, but it's okay. He's back on his feet very quickly. Onyedinma's got it now for Rotherham. Down towards Rathbone. Play forward through the midfield, and he put too much on the ball down the right-hand side as both Rathbone and Onyedinma chased it. And it goes out of play for a Leeds throw. First of all, though, the Dolphins just alerted the referee to the fact that he's got a problem with that shoulder. Yeah,
he came down on it. It's quite, he's struggling even to lift his arm up there, isn't it? So hopefully that'll be all right. But that was an opportunity there, Rotherham trying to play. Rathbone seeing it come into Tehehi as well. But it's Christ Tehehi when he's come in. I think without the ball going and pressing and winning the ball back, there's no one that's won the ball more in the Championship than Tehehi there. But when he gets the ball and he's got time to play, he can't panic. He can't be frantic with it. He's got to be composed and then keep possession of the ball there. It was a poor pass. Was never on as well into the right channel for Rotherham there.
Tehehi, one of two players that Rotherham have spent £1 million or more on in their history. They both play tonight. The other is Sam Nombe leading the line. Tehehi, who signed from Slovan Liberec, but had an impressive loan spell at Wigan last season. Firpo going back to his goalkeeper Meslier. And the Frenchman will just play it calmly out from the back to find Joe Rodden. Leeds looking for what will be a 9th win in 12 games. That after a run prior to that of only 2 in 16, which actually goes back into last season. Really have hit form under Daniel Farke. Johansson clearing from our left. Gray heading it forward. Brought down by Bramall, who thrashes it forward. The ball has already gone over the line out of play for a throw. Just lost his battle to keep that in, Bramall. And it's a throw which will be taken by Leeds on halfway. It's Rotherham 0, Leeds United 1. We played 25 minutes. What's going through Wayne Carlisle's mind down beneath us, Chris Uwelema?
Well, I think his team have been organised. I think have been switched on. That one lapse of concentration, it just shows you the quality of the Leeds outfit. You get punished. I've got to say they've been switched on since then. Trying to play, winning second balls, which has been an improvement.
Oh, Morrison has stepped up, and it's 3 against 3 as Leeds winning back. James with the pace that caused problems, but not with the finish. That was only causing problems for a man in row M, block C. He's thrashed it over the bar, but that was Morrison pushing forward from centre half. We haven't seen that too many times when play got turned over. Leeds are lethal on the counter-attack.
So quick and with such quality as well. The likes of James and Somerville, they come from out to in, just with that pace, the accuracy of the run. His touch probably could have been better, but it never broke stride. And then that's where Dan James has been better this season. He works the goalkeeper, and there he's leaning back. He's chased all the way by Bramall, and I think that pressure probably put him off a little bit there, Jim.
Yeah, he's got 3 and 3 coming into this. Dan James, couple in the game against Huddersfield, and scored in the 2-1 win against Plymouth last time out as well. Ball's cleared from our right-hand side by Meslier. Didn't quite get the distance that he wanted. A little bit too much elevation, just lofted forward. Leeds have done well with Kamara to win the seconds. Good little 1-2 between him and Ruta, but one back by Rotherham and Fred Onyedinma. Morrison chipping it forward. Brought down by Rathbone. Rathbone will take it on down the right-hand touchline and then turns, faced up by Firpo. Drives it in, off Kamara. Out of play for a throw. Morrison will come forward to take it, and they will buy these positions where they can have long throws all night long if they can.
Yeah, definitely. I'm having Rathbone. I'm having him big time. He gets in the ball, he drives, he tries to make things happen. He turned back there, and I thought he'd got the better of his man. And I think you only need a half yard, and then he's waiting for that overlap, and then the cross is blocked. Put the ball in. Don't shy away from it.
Another long throw then. Plenty of spin on that one from Morrison, headed away by Ampadu. Rathbone with a miss-hit shot which bobbles high up in the air, and then it's volleyed over the bar by Nombe. better from Rotherham, picking up the pieces inside the penalty area, but still can't work. Meslier hasn't had a shot to save 27 minutes in with Leeds leading 1-0.
Well, Nombe has to work. Melee there, I think it's good movement. They're winning all the aerial duels there. They're doffing up, keeping it alive, and then it came into Nombe there. He's just got to try and go over the ball, hit it into the ground. You don't have to hit the volley into the back of the net, but hit it in the ground and work Melee there. It was a big opportunity, Jim.
Yeah, he's only got the 1 goal so far since his August move from Exeter. Sam Nombe, maybe the finish of a man lacking a little bit of confidence. Often the way of it in football, isn't it? You sign for a manager, you play for Matt Taylor at Exeter, and he's here 3 months, and then the manager goes, and you've only made a handful of appearances under him, and you're waiting along with everyone else to find out who's going to inherit you. Ball with Rotherham brought forward again towards the edge of the penalty area, and that's
a free kick.
Is not been given as a free kick. It certainly looked like it, with Sebastian Redden making his way forward. It looks as though he just got caught around the edge of the penalty area. Leeds get it forward quickly. Hurried ball back for Johansson is cleared by the Rotherham goalkeeper and headed on. Gray's been able to hook it on, and Bramall will win it back. But I think you and I both thought that should have been a free kick to Rotherham.
Well, we've just seen a free kick given for Ampadu with Rathbone on the back of him. Now you just want consistency from referees. So Langford there, he's up with play, he sees it. He's running, there's pressure, he's running at full speed as well. Just that little contact, Jim, it can take you out your stride and put you to the ground.
Cooper, 10 yards inside his own half, and again just stops, puts his left foot on the top of the ball, which is motionless, waits for a few options to arrive, and now will play to Ampadu.
We'll just look at the midfield line, the distance between them and Nombe. It's far too big. So what you should be doing is pulling your striker in and saying you're doing nothing there. You can bounce it into Kamara and go out the other side, bounce it into Ampadu and go out the other side. Nombe sitting between the two centre-backs does nothing whatsoever, so they have to bring him back just to sit in front of that midfield line there, Jim.
And then when it's whacked forward by Johansson, Nombe can't get close to it, and it's easily won by the much taller Roden, and Leeds are going to be able to bring it away again. It's 1-0 to Leeds United. Crescencio Somerville scoring on 6 minutes on a night that has been without a great degree of concrete goal-scoring action so far. We've played exactly half an hour here on Talksport 2. The ball is with Gray. Gray can't find a way through over on that far touchline. He did well that time. And then it's laid back by him towards Daniel Ayala. Ayala, who was released by Blackburn last summer and picked up as a free agent a few weeks ago here. Wasn't here at the start of the season. It's only his second start for the club today. Now Cooper's got it. At the back for Leeds United. And he's midway between the edge of his own penalty area and the halfway line. And again, he's got free passage forward to within 4 or 5 yards of halfway as Rotherham continue just to back off and back off. Now Cooper will play down to his left-hand side for Ampadu. Ampadu ventures back inside his own half for a moment. Tries to take on a Dauphin. Goes for the return ball from Ruta, who flicks it into his path, but it's cleared. Rotherham lose the seconds with Peltier, and now Firpo's done well. He's turned it forward towards Somerville, but he was on his toes immediately. He will bring it inside the centre circle and play down towards Fred Onyedinma. Onyedinma back to him, the former Millwall man. Gets it again on the right-hand touchline. Onyedinma, the man on loan from Luton, looking for the return ball from Rathbone. He stopped his run. Rathbone had just anticipated he was going to continue and played it down to where he would have been. Onyedinma had stopped. Now the ball goes out of play for a goal kick.
Well, I've got to say, even if he doesn't continue and the ball's played by Rathbone, Onyedinma can still go and affect it. I think you can still go put pressure on Cooper there and either win a corner, win a throw-in, but force the error from Leeds. And it's just, you don't switch off, you do not stop running, especially when you're 1-0 down in any game, no matter the score.
Cooper back to his goalkeeper Meslier. Now they will try and press, and they've won it back with Onyedinma. It was no foul. Leeds thought that Kamara was fouled by Rathbone. Rathbone's hurt himself in making that challenge. Leeds have it back and are on the counter very quickly with Jean Peru. Somerville to his left. Good first touch. Draws the goalkeeper. And Johansson as well. Comes out, narrows the angle, saves with his left foot and gets it away. Peru's got it now inside the penalty area. He's played it back outside the box for a left-footed shot from Ruta, and that one's drilled wide.
What a save. What a save from Victor Johansson there. I think Somerville done excellently well. Just kind of that hustle and bustle, got in behind his man, control of the ball. I think he just had to work his feet a little bit quicker to get the shot away a little bit earlier, but Johansson kept himself big, come out, smothered it. I think he saved it. Sorry, that was me touching your leg there, Jim. But then he's just got a touch of it, saved it with his legs, kept the pressure on. But that's what you want from your goalkeeper. You know, I think his distribution has to be better, but he's going to be asked a few more questions this evening like that, and hopefully has the answer.
No, just sitting here quietly, thought that the desk was collapsing on me or something, but turns out it was you. Ball played forward, and Nombe has got between Ampadu and the ball and has brought the free kick. There was a nervy moment, actually, the last phase of play, just before the counter-attack. We saw that Rathbone making the challenge, looked as though he just pulled up and maybe hurt his thigh. He's okay, just keeping an eye on him, he's able to continue. But he's been absolutely essential to everything that Rotherham have done so far.
He doesn't stop, Jim. If you look at him, he's always on the move, and that's where sometimes you just have to stand still sometimes. Allow the likes of the Leeds centre-backs, Cooper and Rodden, to have the ball and just stay where you are. As soon as they advance, that's when you get the call from behind and you go in numbers. He's going and he's doing a lot of the work on his own. He might be affecting it, but he's not winning the ball back for his team. He's forcing Leeds to go a certain down the right hand side or the left hand side by the way that he presses.
12 to go to half time. Leeds lead it 1-0. Onyedinma to Chehi. To his left hand side for Redden, the young left back on loan from Aston Villa. Bramall very nearly lost possession in what would have been a very dangerous area, but he was able to survive a poor first touch with a better second. But Rotherham, as you can hear from the discontent in the crowd around us, have worked an attacking free kick all the way back to their goalkeeper.
Yeah, it was poor. Basically, they were going for 2v2, then the 3v3, but the way that Leeds go, as soon as they pass the ball sideways, Leeds go and press in numbers as well. There was so many opportunities there that he could put it forward, put the ball into the box if it's passing or whipping it in. They then found themselves very, very central. 3v3, you know. If they lose the ball there, then they're outnumbered, and they're chasing a Leeds attack that we know how quickly they can move. It just has to be better. They have to play with an idea. If in doubt, then chip it down the sides with quality when you've got the numbers that you have in the advanced areas.
The ball's gone out of play for another contested throw, and I'm sure the officials got that one right, and it was a Leeds throw, and that is definitely a Leeds goal kick. And that's an exhibition of what Ruta brings, and Liam Cooper's just given him a round of applause. He was back behind Junior Firpo, the striker, in his left-back position, down by his own corner flag, using his strength, shepherd the ball over the line away from two Rotherham players for a goal kick.
I think it's outstanding. He has a real understanding of the responsibilities of other positions. It's not the first time he's done it. Numerous times, and even in this game, he'll come back, he'll defend, he'll do his duties, but then he understands when the ball comes up, in the moment now, can he keep possession? I just think he's got everything from me. He's got everything.
Redden taking it forward down the Rotherham United left and getting towards the dead ball line, delivering across. Gray has not been able to stop it going out of play. It's the first corner of the night, and Rotherham have won it.
Well, you listen to that as well. You know, Revan getting at his man, doesn't need that half yard, tries to put the ball in, wins Rotherham a corner straight away. It gets the fans going here. They've got that aggressive aerial ability here, Rotherham, so it's just about the delivery, isn't it? Put it right on the money, and then go and be in the first, win that contact, be the one to kind of hit make contact with the ball at the highest point.
Six in a group around the penalty spot. In it comes, and Rodden heads it away. And then Somerville will try and help it further clear. And has got the better of Revan. Oh, the counter-attack's on again, big time. 4 against 2 here. Onyedinma sprinting. Rotherham getting a few back. Somerville driving forward. Camara into the side netting.
What's a massive chance. It's a great break as well. 4 against 2. I think Somerville, take it on yourself there. You're in the box. You're probably about 12. 14 yards from goal line at a slight angle. The way to pass to Kamara, I've got to say, was excellent, but he's leaning back, he's trying to pass it into the near top corner. He's got to go with Lacey's power, low and hard across the face of the goal, and he's got the numbers in the Leeds bodies coming up that can get any rebound if Johansson saves that there. It's an excellent break, but another one, Daniel Farke will be saying, you know what, should be in the back of the net.
Well, they've had a couple of chances, having scored the early goal from Somerville. Somerville's forced there. A good save out of Johansson, the only really half-decent save we've had to witness all night. And they've had James firing over the bar and Kamara from a really good position there into the side netting. Leeds not necessarily should have the game put to bed already, but They certainly will feel that they should be in a stronger position than they're in. But they lead 1-0. Forward towards Nombe. Easily beaten by Cooper. Kamara flicking off to his right-hand side for Gray. Back from him inside his own half for Roden. Now to Cooper. And Cooper turns it back for his goalkeeper, Ilham Meslier. He's had a relatively comfortable night so far.
Yeah, I think it'll always be in Daniel Farke's mind to try and get that second goal, because this game, the way that Rotherham play, long throws, free kicks coming in, corner kicks, as you say, with the aerial prowess that they've got, they're always going to be a threat. So it's important that they see this game out, kill the game off. And they've had opportunities. It's just, and I've got to say, I think Somerville, the way to pass to Kamara there was outstanding. It's just the finishing of Kamara, I think, with the form that Somerville's in. Just move the ball again, take the shot through legs, whatever. Ask that question yourself of Johansson. Go and get your second goal of the evening.
Yeah, when you consider that Rotherham have scored in the last 12 home games and 15 of the last 16, only Luton have kept them out in that time. I think Leeds will have arrived here realistically, expecting they might need to score 2 to win it tonight. They've had opportunities to score that second. They might have another one now. Ruta doing well to tee up Peru. He's got movement to his right from Gray. Joel Peru onto his left foot on the edge of the penalty area. Somerville free, taking on Peltier, helping into his left, thrashed across towards the near post, and James couldn't turn it in from Ruta's pullback. And Rotherham survive again.
Yeah, it's the movement is outstanding. I think the final pass, decision making again in Leeds, excellent. Dan James tries to get across his man, just couldn't get the connection where he's found there. But you're spot on, Jim. You know, I think you look at the Leeds clean sheets. I think it's only 1 clean sheet in the last 6 games. Has to be better. That was against Leicester, mind.
It was, and it came only after an extraordinary save right at the end from Meslier. The ball is with Somerville. Somerville on the edge of the area. Left-footed shot. Johansson got down, did well. Dived to his right-hand side and brought it into his body. Well struck by Peru. On target. Had the power. Not quite the precision to get it past the goalkeeper. And Johansson's kept Rotherham in it. 5 to go to half-time. Leeds 1-up.
Yeah, you can see what Peru tried to do in that moment there. You know, just the composure, knew exactly where the goal was. Just tried to find that bottom left-hand corner. But Johansson, it was a bit more central, comfortable for the goalkeeper there. I think with the quality of Peru, he'll be disappointed he's not tucked that one away under no pressure whatsoever. Could have probably took the touch and brought other players into play with the time that he had.
Morrison helps it forward, but only as far as Archie Gray. Gray out towards the Leeds United right for Ruta. Ruta turning and then making his way forward. Little 1-2 with Ampadu didn't quite come off. Rathbones won it back for Rotherham, but he plays it back. Ayala then turning it forward. Revan. Exchange of passes with Chiehi. And now it's played back for Daniel Ayala again. Inside his own half for Rotherham. Well, Spaniard working it forward. An opportunity for Cohen Bramall now. Bramall into the feet of Revan. Tried to take it on the turn and it ran away from him. Ampadu's covered a lot of ground to get back and he wins it back. Gray's going to be able to get it forward from the edge of his own penalty area. 4 to go to half-time and it's Rotherham 0, Leeds 1.
So I don't understand that. Bramall's running forward, excellent, run into the space. Revan's turning away, he's walking away from him. Just give him, show up, face up, let him bounce it off you, you know, and then try and get him behind. If that's not on, then Bramall has to take it on his own. I just don't understand what Revan has to help his player out there. Just run away saying, okay, you're on your own there.
Junior Firpo into the feet of Somerville, under pressure from Rathbone. It's worked forward. Dauphin couldn't get on Kamara in time to stop him playing a ball out towards Gray. And now Gray driving down towards the right-hand side, feeds Dan James. James level with the edge of the corner of the penalty area. Low ball in, and then it's half cleared. It falls for Peru, but he was falling back and skies an effort way over the bar.
Very, very similar to the Nombe one, isn't it? You know, I think Dan James, I don't think it's a bad cross. Caused a few problems. Ayala couldn't really defend. But Peru's watching that all the way. He knows he's going to get there. And it's one of them, the ball's coming down. He's tried to put the laces through it and give it everything he's got so he hits the net in the full. I think just wrap your leg around it, hit it into the floor, and you're causing Johansson all sorts of problems there.
Had 13 clean sheets last season. Victor Johansson, the former Villa trainee, he's only had 1 so far this season, which isn't down to him. It tells you the problems that the Millers have had. That was in the 2-0 win against Coventry here. The ball is cleared by Johansson away to our left-hand side. Possession 70-30 in Leeds' favour at the moment. A side that do like to counter-attack. In terms of attempts, it's 8-2 in Leeds' favour, and they've had all 3 shots on target that we've seen. Rathbone's got it. Down towards Peltier. And he's just lofted it forward towards Sam Nombe, and then headed by Ampadu briskly, but close enough towards Meslier that he was able to take a couple of quick steps to his left-hand side to stop it going out of play for a corner.
Decision-making, Ampadu, as comfortable as he is to get the ball in any situation, he just knows when he has to just put it back to the goalkeeper. And it's just his movement, his positioning, fantastic understanding, and his ability speaks for itself. But Rathbone has had a job. Can he sit on Ampadu? I think he's taken it a little bit too literal. He's followed him everywhere, where sometimes Ampadu's just going with the intelligence that he's got to try and create that space for the likes of Kamara and Peru to get the ball. So it's just kind of understanding from Rathbone with the experience that he has.
He comes back and puts a challenge in on Somerville and has fouled him, and that's a free kick and a promising possession here, Chris Awellamo.
Yeah, I think it's a soft one. I think Somerville is getting him behind. You can't have any flailing leg there. There is contact. Somerville goes to floor. The referee's in a good position. Soft one, but it's definitely a free kick. It's just about being switched on. At the minute, I think Wayne Carlisle will be quite happy. The fact that Johansson is made a couple of saves. His team seem to be switched on, concentrated. Yeah, Leeds, with the quality they've got, they are going to cut you open and have opportunities, but if you can keep it at 1-0, there is always a chance.
Cooper to Roden to Gray, and Ampadu now work it all the way back. Meslier just side foots it straight out for Cooper. We've got a minute to go in this first half. There's not going to be a whole stack of time to be added on. Maybe 1 minute, I would guess. We'll find out very shortly. And fourth official Andy Davis just getting the numbers board ready down away to our left, with Gray in possession for Leeds in Rotherham territory. Just moving away from us out towards our left. Gray's got it again now. Back from him to Ampadu. And then Ampadu down to Gray again. Gray hugging the right-hand touchline. Plays it back. Glenn Kamara turning to Cooper. Cooper opening up his left foot and hitting with his instep down towards Junior Firpo. One back though by Lee Peltier, who had 75 appearances as a Leeds man about a decade ago. Kamara's won it back. Somerville loses out to Chiehi as we go into 1 additional minute. Now it's worked forward towards Nombe, who's timed his run well. He's onside. Gets away from Cooper. Cooper very quickly back goal side. Cross comes in from Rathbone, hits the nearest Leeds player. Play back towards Chiehi. He's on the slide. Almost breaks for a Dolphin in the penalty area. And he fires it into the bottom left-hand corner to get Rotherham back on level terms in first half stoppage time.
Well, I've got to say it's an excellent finish. A little bit scrappy. Ricochet here, a little bit fortunate. As soon as it bounced to a Dolphin, 14 yards, 15 yards from goal, just turns, swivels, hits it low and hard to Meslier, near post as well. It's an excellent finish. Completely against the run of play, but if you put the ball in the box and you've got willing runners to be on the end of it, you can always get an opportunity. And Dolphin, every time he's released it, he's broke his neck to get in there. Maybe the cross hasn't come in, but he still takes that opportunity to get in those areas, Jim.
Well, a little bit of a scrappy nature about the goal, but he reacted so well once it came towards his feet. He was in the right kind of position and swiveled and hit it left-footed past Meslier. Hadn't had a save to make prior to that. He's beaten by the first shot on target, and Rotherham, with just about the last kick of the first half, are back on level terms at 1 each.
Well, I have to say, I don't think Wayne Carlisle's team talk at half-time changes at all. It's about being disciplined. He's seen a good reaction. He'll say that the goal was thoroughly deserved. Yeah, we know that Leeds are going to have more of it, but when you get into those areas, you put the ball in the box, you take opportunities at goal. I think Coventry's the only game this season that they've had 10 plus shots. Jim, nowhere near, I think 20 shots they had against Coventry. Has to be better game in, game out.
Junior Firpo plays it back inside his own half for Liam Cooper, and the half-time whistle goes. Carlisle delighted. It's Rotherham 1, Leeds United 1. A game that Leeds led for 40 minutes after Crescencio Somerville's excellent early strike. Hakeem Adolphin with an equaliser right at the end of the first half. A little scramble inside the Leeds box, and he was there to hit it left-footed on the turn past Ilan Meslier. All to play for. Second half, Rotherham 1, Leeds 1.
Yeah, it hasn't been the drubbing that some would have expected, has it? Rotherham, after the sacking of Matt Taylor, have responded with a more typical defensive effort. They've given themselves hope of stealing a valuable point in the second half, especially with that goal on the stroke of half-time. Leeds haven't been at their fluent best, but they probably should be in front on the balance of play so far. They've given themselves work to do now if they're to close the gap on the championship leaders to 5 points. Chris Olumo there alongside Jim Proudfoot. Chris, the first shot on target from the Millers is a goal from Hakeem Odoffin, and it came totally against the run of play, and it made you wonder whether Leeds just dropped their concentration level for a moment, and Rotherham doing what you asked them to do, you know, during that first half, just take a risk, the ball in the penalty box, especially Odoffin early on. He did a back heel, you were desperate for him to shoot. This time around, no messing.
Yeah, no messing at all, you know, and that's one of those things. Yeah, even Leeds, even when you're completely dominant, you are going to have to concede opportunities. You know, I think Rotherham, especially closer to half time as well, they might take an extra little gamble. Just like you're saying, it paid off. It was a scrappy one, but the finishing itself was excellent. Odoffin gets the ball in between his feet, just moves it, knows exactly where the goal is, and it's a connection. Beat Melee at the near post. But like you're spot on. Leeds probably should be out of sight. You know, you look at the Somerville chance, Johansson, excellent save. The one that Somerville then releases to Kamara has to work the target. Peru has had a couple of opportunities. The one that he could have taken on the full, he should hit it into the ground. Ask that question of Johansson. Now they have had opportunities. The second half is going to be the exact same. The half-time team talk from Carlisle. You know what? You reacted after the goal. You're switched on. I don't know what Peltier was doing with Somerville for the first goal anyway. Poor defending, especially when you work at it all week.
Yeah, let's talk about that first goal. It was classy from Leeds,
excellent,
wasn't it? Just 5 minutes in, lovely composure to finish by Somerville. 6 goals in his last 8 games. The ball from Ruta, first time ball, basically left-footed over his right shoulder, essentially. Yeah. No look almost. It was a fantastic assist, fantastic goal for Leeds.
Well, this is what they do. There's a complete understanding, you know, and I'm talking about when the players, when they make an error and they give the ball away, they all react. Leeds, every single player. This is something that Daniel Farke has instilled in this group of players. Anyway, Ruta, excellent bit of quality. He's just a fantastic technician with the ball. He's got an eye for a pass. Little one, no eyes round the back for Somerville. That it shouldn't be as easy as that, but like you say, the quality. Maybe Peltier thinks he can get some sort of contact on it, leaves his man, doesn't work out like that, but still a lot to do. Somerville gets set, great first touch, opens up so direct towards goal, and you're sitting thinking he can lay it off, but he just finds that bottom right hand corner, and Johansson has no chance whatsoever. And it was just all Leeds then, very, very patient in their build up, trying to suck Rotherham out. And I've got to say, sorry.
No, I was going to ask if that first goal maybe made everyone feel a little bit complacent. Oh, it is going to go how we thought it was. You know, an early goal for Leeds, they'll go on, they'll add to it, because...
No, I have to stop you, Hugh. I have to stop you there, because Leeds, they were dominant. It's such a professional performance. They created chance after chance, and they should be on more than one goal. Johansson with a fantastic save. Glenn Kamara needs to do better. Peru needs to do better. Even Dan James, the one that's cut back, you know, he's basically just outside there, about 7-8 yards from goal centrally, and I don't know, he just reads the ball, the flight of the ball wrong, and doesn't get the connection that he wants. So this is what Daniel Farke will be saying to his players: look, you're creating the chances, it's just that final pass, that final little bit of quality.
But that's part of it, isn't it, Chris? In front of goal, that's part of it.
Yeah, so
they haven't, let's put it this way, they haven't finished like they're 1-0 down in the cup final.
It's not complacency though.
No, but it's,
you know, they've got that first goal.
Is there not a feeling, the mentality here that, well, more chances will come, more chances will come, more chances will come?
And they will. So it's just about who's going to be big enough to take them. If they don't take them, or Johansson has an absolute blinding second half, this game is up for grabs. Rotherham will pose a threat from every single throw-in, from wide areas, from every corner, every free kick, and as we've seen, a scrappy affair. But Odoffin, it's a fantastic finish from Odoffin. So again, Farke will say, look, you're going to go out, you're going to be dominant again, you're going to create chances, we have to put them away. If we don't put them away, then Rotherham can, there's a possibility they could take all 3 points. We want to be putting pressure on the likes of Leicester, Ipswich with a win tonight, and that's exactly exactly the plan. It's going to be the exact same game plan in the second half, and we're going to see the exact same Rotherham that's going to see very little of the ball, but they are going to be a threat because of the aerial prowess that they've got. Balls coming into the box, going and attack it, being aggressive. It's going to be the exact same game plan. Johansson needs to, big questions going to be asked. Can he have the answers? And yeah, it's going to be with the front four. You would think that Leeds are going to get another goal.
So that's what, if you like, that's what Daniel Farker is saying to his side. What do you think Wayne Carlisle is telling those Rotherham players right now?
Same again. You were punished for that lapse in concentration for the first goal, but you know what? You reacted ever so well. You started winning second balls. You got a foothold in the game, as in maybe not possession wise, but you were making it difficult for Leeds. And then you were winning second balls. You were being a little bit adventurous, as in Rathbone especially, driving forward with the ball, trying to make things happen. And then all of a sudden you get the goal off the back of it. So you know what? It's very much the same. Stay in the game, do not concede, and then all of a sudden you go on and there's an opportunity. No matter if the possession is all against you, you will get opportunities in the game, and they have to make sure they take them.
Well, I said at the start of the game that you couldn't really predict anything that happens in the EFL, and we haven't been able to predict so far at the New York Stadium how things have gone, because we expected Leeds to be in front and be comfortable, and it's been all theirs in terms of the play, but not in terms of the scoreline. A dagger on the stroke of half-time from Hakeem Odoffin, cancelling out Crescencio Somerville's early opener, means at half-time, exclusively here on Talksport 2 in the Championship, it's Rotherham 1, Leeds United 1.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the Premier League and the EFL.
What could you do in 60 seconds? You could wash up 2.5 dishes. You could delete 17 blurry pics from your phone. Or you could use Capital One's Quick Check to see if you'll be accepted for a credit card without affecting your credit score.
Nice.
Search Capital One Quick Check. Capital One, that's one good thing.
Who are you going for in the racing today? The favourite. And tomorrow? The favourite. And the next day? The favourite. The Sun's horse racing pull-out, The Favourite, is now in the paper 7 days a week, bringing you even more top tips, form guides, colours and silks. Get your favourite pull-out every day in The Sun, the home of racing.
Hi, Rachel. I'm just on the school run, but coming straight from the site, I can't...
Find my backpack, Daddy. I think I left it in the...
presentation we had earlier. Just looking at the agenda, can we...
have pizza tonight, please?
get everyone's timesheet so we can look...
at this drawing I did today, Daddy.
Oh, nice. Do you want to pop it in an email for me?
Do it all on the big network for business.
An email?
Search 3 Business.
This Christmas, why not give someone the gold scratch card?
You know what's great is a last-minute gift?
Yeah.
Scratch cards.
We've got a tradition. We hide them in the crackers that we've made. So we put a scratch card in each of those.
Oh, wicked.
Do you scratch it all off at once, or do you do, like, section by section?
Bit by bit.
To build up the tension?
Yeah.
Sort of like, ooh, next square, ooh. It's such a great gift.
Yeah, it's fun.
Gift the gold scratch card with the National Lottery. Please gift responsibly. Rules and procedures apply. First must be 18 or over.
Where will the EasyJet Holidays Black Friday sale take you? Beach with the kids? City break with the girls? 4-star hotel? 5-star hotel? Or all of the above? Get up to £200 off package holidays with just a £60 per person deposit. Search EasyJet Holidays. Selected date. Sale ends 11 p.m. the 27th of November 2023. Holidays minimum spend required. ATOL protected. T's and C's apply.
We all know Christmas shopping can get a bit much, so why not enjoy a McDonald's Galaxy Caramel Pie or a Galaxy McFlurry? Or if you prefer to sip your Galaxy, try our Galaxy Caramel Hot Chocolate or Galaxy Caramel Latte.
Drinks available until the 6th of Feb. Desserts available until the 3rd of Jan. Drinks not available on delivery orders. Serving times apply. Participating restaurants only.
Talksport 2, official broadcast partner of the EFL.
Talksport Podcast League. Outspoken with White and Jordan.
The best of White and Jordan is now available in one unmissable daily podcast. The mood's positive, and then they lose.
Listen or download for free on the Talksport app or from your favourite podcast portal.
Live Gallagher Premiership Rugby on Talksport 2. Sunday afternoon from 3.
He's got it up in the air. He's kicked it. What
straight.
Your tough tackling rugby union commentary as Newcastle Falcons take on Exeter Chiefs.
Has his hands on the ball. They're 5 metres out. They're going forward 4 metres. He's up and over the line. Can he get it down?
Newcastle Falcons take on Exeter Chiefs.
It's all about the grounding, and the referee's seen enough.
Sunday afternoon from 3 on Talksport 2.
The unstoppable force of live football.
Brilliant goal!
EFL Game Day Live
On Talksport 2.
Leeds, the overwhelming favourites. They'll take any win tonight, but a win would close the gap to the leaders in the Championship to just 5 points. It's live and exclusive Championship action here on Talksport 2.
Good ball play for Somerville, driving inside the penalty area. Somerville, brilliant. Magnificent finish by Cree Somerville, who picked it up in the inside left channel, got it onto his right foot and blasted it into the bottom right-hand corner. He's taken barely 6 minutes. It's Rotherham 0, Leeds 1.
Took it on himself, the confidence that he's got. That's 6 goals in 8 championship games. Outstanding return from a wide man as well, and he brings assists.
Cross comes in from Rathbone. It's the nearest Leeds player. Played back towards Chiehi. He's on the slide. Almost breaks for a Dolphin in the penalty area. And he fires it into the bottom left-hand corner to get Rotherham back on level terms in first half stoppage time.
Well, not many would have predicted this, but Rotherham are level with Leeds United at the break. A big 45 minutes ahead at the New York Stadium to see if either Leeds can close the gap on the leaders or Rotherham can close the gap on Huddersfield. If they can go on to win this evening, they would be just 1 point behind the Terriers, still in the relegation zone, but it would be a massive boost off the back of Matt Taylor's sacking and that 5-0 defeat against Watford. Of course, there is a long, long way to go, and we'd still make Leeds favourites at this point after their performance in that first half, but they do have some work to do. We'll be back there very, very shortly. Elsewhere tonight, by the way, in terms of sport, in the Bundesliga, Harry Kane's got the only goal of the evening. They lead Bayern Munich lead Cologne by a 1-0 away from home. In the NFL, Miami Dolphins lead the New York Jets by 10 points to 0. In the Gallagher Premiership, Northampton 24, Harlequins 19, 50 minutes on the clock there as well. So a big weekend of sport already underway, with more still to come because the Premier League returns this weekend. Talksport bringing you an absolute cracker from 12:30 tomorrow. Live from the Etihad, first versus second. Manchester City hosting Liverpool. Expect fireworks.
You keep asking for trouble. Your love and trouble comes your way. When you're out here in this.
This is where the heavyweights emerge.
These will be the games that are the be-all and end-all.
Nothing compares to blue.
And Haaland puts it in for 2. He's done it again.
We can beat everyone, yeah, definitely.
I would be disappointed if we're not in the top 2. And how the boys from the Kop would love to floor Pep for Klopp.
And it's kicking off again between Manchester City and Liverpool, as it often does.
Liverpool looking to overhaul Manchester City and go to the top of the Premier League.
This fixture is amazing. This game is one of the best games you'll see in our season.
When City see the finish line, they tend to go into Avengers mode.
Against City, you have to be on top of your game.
Always is an incredible top team, and they will be ready.
It's a Foden in the area, in space, over the goalkeeper and in. That's sensational from Phil Foden.
Oh, brilliant! What an effort! Alexander-Arnold. And if you drop your guard, you can get knocked out.
This is why this is the best league in the world.
It's going to be an absolute cracker, isn't it? All the build-up with Game Day exclusive from 11 a.m. over on Talksport ahead of Manchester City versus Liverpool at the Etihad. Pep versus Klopp. What more could you possibly ask for? Well, Talksport 2 brings you a massive game tomorrow at Turf Moor. A big one for the former Manchester City captain, now Burnley boss, Vincent Kompany, because they host West Ham United. His side sit bottom of the Premier League table. They're desperate for points. He understands the challenge that his side faced to stay up this season, and he's expecting a very tough game.
Being desperate to win is something you always have. I don't feel like you can ever go into a game not being fully committed to winning games, and I think I'd like to think that that's something that does really live in this club. But the league's been tough for us. It's just not been easy, whether we've played well or whether we've had games against teams that were stronger than us. You know, it's always been a case of adapting to this level still. But I've seen, like I said, signs in a team where I'd like to think that the team is is really looking forward towards the games that we've got ahead. And it doesn't need to be easy. We know West Ham is such a strong opponent. You know, you just look at the players they've got, the investments they've had in certain positions. I really like the squad they have, to be honest. But okay, no game's going to be easy, and it's still the same mission for us to try and pick up 3 points.
That game, of course, Burnley-West Ham, 3 o'clock exclusively here on Talksport 2 tomorrow. You won't be able to watch it on UK TV, so make sure you check it out. Game Day Live at the same time with Adrian Durham, Ray Parlour and Perry Groves is over on Talksport. They'll have all the goals as they go in from the Premier League and the EFL, including Newcastle against Chelsea, a big game at the bottom between Sheffield United and Bournemouth, and their classified results at 5 p.m. Remember, 5:30 p.m. here on Talksport 2. Back to the EFL. We'll have West Brom against Ipswich in the Championship, and Monday Night Football exclusively over on Talksport, Fulham versus Wolves. So this is just the start of a big weekend of live action across the Talksport network. At the New York Stadium, at the break. Didn't think I'd be saying this. It's Rotherham 1, Leeds United 1. Let's head back to our team. Chris Uwalumo and Jim Proudfoot as the two teams come out for the second half. Chris, what are you expecting to see in this next 45 minutes? Will it be more of the same, or will Leeds United maybe need to go through the gears a little bit to guarantee victory?
Yeah, well, I understand what you're saying there about going through the gears, but I think Leeds have been completely in control. You know, I think the Rotherham goal came against the run of play. I think Leeds have been patient in the build-up, and then when it gets to the likes of Somerville or James, it's explosive. Pro and Ruta linking up very, very well. They have created some very good opportunities. You know, another night it could be 3-1, 4-1. You know, so I think Daniel Farker, I think as well as he says, you know what, you've had opportunities, you've not taken them. Rotherham are back in the game. It's an interesting one. They will create chances. They are going to be dominant. I think it's going to play out very much the same. Rotherham will just have to keep it tight at the defensive end.
Okay. And we are back underway for the second half with Leeds United kicking from left to right. They're defending the North Stand away to our left. No changes in personnel ahead of the second half here on Talksport 2. Dan James on the ball in front of us on the Leeds United right, helped on by Peru, but it's cleared by Ayala, and Roden lets it run across him. He's put under pressure by Nombe, and much more urgency in Nombe's press than we saw in the first half there, and Roden will play it out towards the left back for Leeds junior Firpo. 1-1 the score in the opening seconds of the second half on Talksport 2.
Yeah, no surprise. You know, Rotherham, look at the defensive line. You know, it's Morrison there. He's driving into Peru because he's dropping so deep. But yeah, really much higher. Rotherham are. I think this will be for the first couple of minutes, really trying to put Leeds under a little bit of pressure, and then they'll go back in. You know, excellent. He's in behind.
Well, Onyedinma was the man that lost out of Somerville, who will get down towards the byline, and then Onyedinma gets it away with the help of a free kick being awarded his way. Just got caught by Somerville, and it's a free kick to Johansson and Rotherham inside their own box.
Well, I was going to say on you, didn't you? There, I thought it was excellent defending, following Somerville all the way, but then he's let his man get away from him, and saying that he's tracked him right into the box, got that defensive challenge in, won the ball back, and won Rotherham a free kick there. But the intensity of Rotherham's has been a lot higher than what it has been in the first half, but that was expected.
Rotherham with Johansson in goal. Peltier, Morrison, Ayala and Bramall. Revan on one side, Onyedinma on the other. Rathbone, Thierry and Adolphin in central midfield, and Sam Nombe up front. Leeds United, Melier in goal. Gray, Roden, Cooper and Firpo. Ampadu and Kamara. James, Peru and Somerville. And Ruta. Somerville on 6 minutes. Adolphin equalising on 45 plus 1. Nobody in the book, just the one corner in that first half, which went to Rotherham. And not too much in the way of goal-scoring action. 3 shots on target in that first 45 minutes. Well, 4, I beg your pardon. 3 for Leeds, 1 for Rotherham. Ball out of play for a throw, taken by Gray. 4 Leeds. Kicking towards the Mears stand here at the southern end of the New York Stadium, which is the one that houses those noisy Leeds fans away to our right. Roden in possession. It's going back behind square for Liam Cooper. Cooper knocking it forward again for Glenn Kamara. Back for Cooper, who will bring it forward over the halfway line. Dolphin trying to get goal side. Cooper ventures forward another 20 yards or so and then wins the throw. I think the Dolphin were trying to claim that it was his, but the referee Oliver Langford not convinced and has given in Lee's way. No complaints from Rotherham that was the case. Roden's got it again. Now Ethan Ampadu inside the centre circle for Leeds. £10 million man acquisition from Chelsea. And he'll just bring it forward again here, Ampadu. Down towards Peru. Peru, the former Swansea man, flicking it away from Revan. Played forward into the feet on the edge of the penalty area, but Morrison gets it clear. Nombe trying to hold it up. Peru wins it back. And it's constant Leeds pressure and possession, as it was for the majority of the first half, Chris.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, but that's where, when the ball falls to Nombe there, he has to be stronger. You know, he's in good possession of the ball. He's trying to turn. You don't have to turn. Just keep possession. When you get your head up and you're facing your own goal, you've got what, 9 other shots behind you. You know, excluding the goalkeeper. But you just keep possession. You just set the ball off. He's trying to turn. He's trying to take it all on himself. It's so important he allows Rotherham to get up the pitch and support him.
Rotherham making ground on the near touchline there left. Bramall with the throw, headed back out of play for another throw. He's just told to go no further. He's on halfway. Ignores the instruction to go no further, as everyone expected, and nicks another couple of yards in launching it forward. Goes out of play for another throw. Not quite in Morrison territory for a long throw. Bramall will take this one. Oh, hang on. Morrison said, I'm right at the limit of range. I'll have a go from here.
Yeah, 100%. You know, I'm sure he'll steal a couple of yards as well, but yeah, every opportunity you can, you put it right in there, try and win that first contact, and then it's about being aware and anticipating that second phase.
A crowd of almost 11,500 here tonight, as the throw is taken inside the penalty area. Might break on the edge of the box for a Dauphin, who on the slide got a left-footed shot in, but as he did so, free kick has been given against him for a foul on Joe Roden. The crowd, as I mentioned, just a shade under 11,500, 2,200 or so from Leeds, away to our right. At the moment, they haven't got their noses in front. Decent away record this season, particularly latterly. Has struggled a little bit to start. Early season defeats at Birmingham and Southampton, and lost at Stoke as well on a night where they really shouldn't have done. Now Ampadu with a diving header. He's got it all wrong, and he's played in by Nombe past the goalkeeper, and Cooper was in behind him to bail him out and clear it off the line.
Well, Ampadu's tried to head that one back, and I've got to say it did come off the hand. Nombe's broken inside, and he's just tried to. He's beaten the keeper. Melee, Liam Cooper, talk to me. And that's what I'm saying about good defending. Where's the danger? Get yourself back in the goal line, get yourself straightened up, and a little block with the left leg as well. Excellent defending there.
In comes the corner, first of the second half. Meslier got something on it under duress and got it half clear. The counter-attack might have been on, it might still be on. James with the first touch to poke it forward. They got past the Dauphin now, and James will take on Peltier. The 35-year-old did really well. Almost playing by memory to get up through the gears that quickly. In fact, it was Bramall that got the last touch just to be able to get it away. Peltier's back there now. Leeds have a player down. Referee says no foul, and Peltier drives it forward. Nombe, no flag against him. Onside. Very little in the way of support. Rathbone getting up with him now. He's inside the penalty area here, Nombe. Lays it back out towards Onyedinma. Right-footed ball, dug in and Dauphin the target. Easy for Meslier to come out and catch it. It's 1-1.
Yeah, much better. Rotherham, you know, I think they've got that kind of belief about it at the minute. It's going up. Nombe's keeping the ball in possession. I'd still like him. He's in the box there. Get at your man. 1v1 at Cooper. Just create that angle. Get the shot away. It would have been a tight angle. But like you say, I think if anything, he's turned. He's set it for Onyedinma, and there is a cross in the end. Poor cross as it was, but good energy from Rotherham.
Kamara to Somerville on halfway. Trying to turn away from Christ Yehi. Thought better of it. Goes back inside his own half. Leeds with a real patience about them. A side that have won at Leicester and Ipswich already this season. Gray's got it. Just pirouetting on halfway. Back for Ampadu. Ampadu to Cooper. To whom he probably owes a drink later. Cooper knocks it forward. And now brought on by Somerville, the scorer of the Leeds goal, about this stage of the first half. And we're 8 minutes into the second, and it's still 1-1 here on Talksport 2. Dan James, put under pressure by Bramall, then by Rathbone. A dynamic bundle of energy in the midfield. But Leeds have maintained possession easily enough with Cooper. Now Cooper finds Roden, an early run forward from Gray, who bent his run to try and stay onside, get round the back of Revan, but the pass from Roden wasn't forthcoming. He had a fair-sized window to try and hit him, but didn't play it. Rodden's got it again now. Come forward over halfway, gets away from Nombe, through the midfield towards James. Ayala is in there. James then caught his man. The referee says no, nothing wrong with the challenge, and Leeds have got it back. Now it goes out towards the Leeds left-hand side of the midfield with Glenn Kamara. Somerville takes over. Ampadu has got Gray in space on the Leeds right. It's gone down towards Peru instead. The Dutchman turning one way and then the other. Everybody apart from Nombe back behind the ball here for Rotherham. 1-1 the scoreline here on Talksport 2. A real chill in the air as you'd expect for a late November evening. Somerville back out to the left-hand side of the midfield for Glenn Kamara. And still, Leeds stringing the passes together. Now Somerville, dynamic run as he fell on the edge of the area. Play goes on, trying to get Ruter inside the box. Another Leeds player goes down, Junior Firpo. Ampadu works it forward. Leeds win the seconds, give it away. Nombe tries to break but can't. Ampadu poking it forward again. Morrison can clear that one. Cleared then by Rathbone on the edge of his own penalty area. He is everywhere. But Leeds have it back again. And there's a sense of belief from those Leeds supporters away to our right that their moment might be coming, but it's still one apiece.
Yeah, they're completely in control here. Rotherham, they're defending for their lives, and I've got to say defending very, very well. I think leaving it in when they have to. There's a free kick there, I don't mind that. Ayala, just leave him on him. It's part and parcel of the game. He knows that he's definitely feeling it.
I don't mind that, says the striker who's now retired.
Yeah, very true. I used to give as good as I got to before, Jim.
I know.
But I've got to say, very impressed at the minute. It's a little bit frantic, but defending well. But an opportunity to try and play. They're trying to play Rotherham and build out. Leeds are just reacting very well when they lose possession of the ball. It was a free kick on Somerville. There was a little pull on the arm as he's going into the box. I think the referee was unsighted. Understand that, why that wasn't given. He's got other eyes there that in this day and age, it is a blatant foul. He's missed it.
Yeah, no VAR, of course, for these championship games as Somerville makes his way forward. Now, the ball cannoned off him, played into him by Peltier, and then it hit Somerville and goes over the line. Now to play for a goal kick that will be taken by Johansson away to our right-hand side. Well, Rotherham's last home game, they drew at home to Ipswich, so they have shown an ability over the 15 months that they've been back in the championship that they can hold their own here against just about all comers. I mentioned earlier that they've only lost twice here this season. Last season, they finished 19th. They had the 13th best home record. Yeah. So very solid mid-table form. Here, it's just away from home that they really struggle.
And I think that's where the progression needed to happen. I think it was Tahei, wasn't it, that got the late equaliser against Ipswich, and that's it. You go till the end. You make sure that you do what you can to get the points on the board. But at the minute, there is a belief there. They have to defend well, but they've probably created the better opportunity of this half.
Ipswich certainly cheering Rotherham on tonight. Ipswich themselves in action tomorrow at the Hawthorns away to West Brom. It's live here on Talksport 2, kicking off at 5:30 on your home of the EFL. Also tomorrow, Manchester City, Liverpool, the top two in the Premier League meeting. It's a 12:30 kickoff, and you won't miss a kick on Talksport. Here's Cooper in possession inside the centre circle, finding Rodden. And then Cooper's got Somerville in space out on the Leeds United left. Somerville controlling it, coming back in field, clipping it forward right-footed, chested down by Ayala. Actually, the ball didn't quite get to him as quickly as he anticipated. He was almost on his knees by the time he chested it down. It just died a little on him, but he dealt with it okay. But Leeds pick it up again on halfway. They're in their change kit tonight of very dark blue with the white trim. And they're in possession with Cooper. And Cooper just bringing it forward towards the edge of the centre circle. Stops the yellow ball and now play forward towards Jorginho Ruter. Ruter out to Junior Firpo. Now towards Somerville. Somerville turning inside. Trying to bring Peltier with him. Trying to get the angle for a shot in a similar area to that brought the goal in the first half. This shot blocked. And it cannons upfield towards Nombe. And then goes out of play off Rodden for a throw that will be taken on the Rotherham left, and Cohen Brown will be in no hurry to take it. 13 gone second half, one apiece.
Yeah, I don't mind that. Nombe, I think he's an outlet. A little run race there with Rodden, won the ball, got Rotherham up the pitch, just winning a throw-in, but he's keeping possession of the ball. And even though he's winning free kicks, it's so important he is trying to kind of turn and get at his man. I'd like him just to kind of make sure that he's concentrated, make sure that touch, make sure that it's better for the players to come up and support. But he's been a good outlet at the minute.
Long ball worked for by Dan James. And the bounce just gave Somerville something to try and attack, but the much taller Sean Morrison could head it away from him. And then Onyedinma out to Peltier, and back for his goalkeeper Johansson, and the Swedish international fires it forward over halfway, where it was helped on by Adolfin, and Gray gets it back to his keeper. And it's cleared by Meslier. I'm sure that Gray's not going to play too many games at right back in his career. He's doing a more than able job filling in that role at the moment amidst the injury crisis that has beset Leeds for months and months. The ball played forward here, and Rathbone's offside. They're currently without Hjelde, Spence, Dallas, Shackleton, Byram not 100% fit, so he's on the bench. Nyonto similar. Strout just back from the hernia.
Yeah, but Ayling surely can just sit in it right back and just go boom. Energy. You know what you're going to get. Is it vice captain as well, is he not, Ayling?
Yeah.
The team as well. So,
but he wants Gray in the team.
Yeah,
just
I understand.
For his footballing ability.
Fantastic talent. I mean, to do what he does, sits in beside Ampadu the earlier part of the season and then moves out. It's just a good footballer. He's getting asked by his manager to play in a position that he knows he can do a job in.
And he's on the ball again now, on the right-hand side of midfield. First starts this season in the Leeds team came in central midfield, which is, I'm sure, where he will probably spend the majority of his career. It's back towards Roden. And now Meslier playing out from the back, finding Liam Cooper. We've played exactly an hour. And it's still one apiece as it was at half-time. Somerville's early goal cancelled out on the stroke of half-time by Hakeem Adolfin. Junior Firpo bringing it forward. Not a good run from Somerville, and Morrison decided from quite early that he was going to not play that and shepherd it back to his goalkeeper. It was justified in doing that. Johansson came out, got there in time, saves at the feet of Somerville. It's still one apiece.
Yeah, I think it's excellent goalkeeping. Made sure that his defender knew exactly that he was coming for that one, so just don't make a clearance, don't give it out for a throw-in or a corner kick. I'm coming out to claim it. No, it's good communication.
I really don't want to put the commentator's curse on this, but I think Johansson is a fine goalkeeper.
Yeah, no, I agree. You think he's going to get asked a lot more questions with this Rotherham defence in front of him, but I think his distribution is got better as this half's went on, but it's so important. I think he sweeps up from the back, he's communicating all the time, he's showing good hands as well.
And made one really good save in the first half, coming out and narrowing the angle and saving from Somerville. But he might have more work to do now, because Leeds, with 61 on the clock, have won their first corner of the night. And again, it's Dan James making his way forward down the right-hand side that's been instrumental in that, and everyone's pushed forward apart from Gray. Roden making his way forward towards the edge of the penalty area. Firpo and Kamara both taking what might be more than a watching brief on this. James comes back outside the box. Somerville's going to take it, right-footed away, swinging towards the penalty spot. Ayala came out, headed it away comfortably. Gray will play it back down towards the corner taker Somerville, who easily got himself back on side. Somerville now with an opportunity to take on Bramall. Deflection from the left back on the cross, and Ayala can head that one away. Chiehi with a clever little flick that Nombe did well for him. And the two summer signings make their way forward in conjunction down the Rotherham left, but they didn't get too far. Chiehi then stays down injured after a challenge. Rathbone's got possession and then finds Peltier, for referee Langford stops the game because concerned about Christ Chiehi being down and seemingly in some discomfort about 4 or 5 yards inside Leeds half.
Yeah, I'm looking at that challenge. I don't know if it was a coming together before he got to the position, because Archie Gray, he's come in, he's intercepted it, he's in good control of the ball, he's given it into to Dan James, who gave the ball away there. So I'm not sure if Tehe took the ball down in the middle of his own the Rotherham half, and there was a few Leeds players around him. I don't know if he's taken a kind of strong contact there, but he's ran on a little bit, and it's just something. I've never seen a collision.
A couple of games in the Scottish Cup tonight. The big one, the Fife derby, Dunfermline 0, Wraith 3 with 12 minutes to go. Lewis Vaughan has just scored a superb goal to give Wraith a 3-0 lead there, and Clyde lead Genefield Swifts 1-0, but they are down to 10 men after the dismissal of Ewan Cameron a few moments ago. But they're in the final 10 of that. Clyde 1, Genefield Swifts 0. This one is 1 apiece. Thierry still down receiving treatment. A reminder of who's on the bench incidentally for Rotherham: Lembikisa, Eves and Hugill, Kelly, Lindsay, Hall. Good to see Lindsay back fit again after the injury problems he's had. Apaya, McGuckin and Phillips. The Leeds subs: Ayling, Bamford, Anthony, Strauch, Byram, Paveda, Nyonto, Gruev and Darlow. By championship standards, that is a tidy bench that Leeds United have got. Plenty of experience and wherewithal there. And they're all as yet unused tonight, with almost 20 minutes having been played in the second half.
Yeah, and it wouldn't surprise me. You know, I think I've got to say, I think if you're looking at both managers, Wayne Carlisle's the happier of both, especially this second half. Look a little bit more solid. Rotherham a little bit more kind of definitely harder to break down. I think they're anticipating the ball and using it better in that transition as well. So I think Daniel Farke, when he looks at his bench, has he got players on there that can come on and make an impact, a positive impact? Yes, he does.
Rotherham in possession when the ball, well, the game got stopped so that Thierry could receive treatment. The drop ball handed to Peltier, who gets it upfield quickly, and Rotherham win themselves a throw, and Morrison will come forward to take it. Receives the yellow ball, which he didn't control. In fact, he's going to leave that one and pick up one that has just been placed on one of the yellow cones by the side of the pitch. He will dry it now on the inside of his red and white shirt, make his way back to give himself the opportunity to have a little bit of a run up here. He arches the back, launches inside the area, headed away. Down as far as Rathbone. Rathbone with a touch, looking to get it back for Morrison. Ayala slides in. Challenge left a little bit to be desired. He won it cleanly from Peru, and Rotherham stopped the counter-attack, which looked as though it was on for a moment there. Now a chance for Revan to be able to make his way forward. He couldn't get past Gray. Peru, a little lackadaisical on the edge of his own penalty area, but the second time of asking, he is able to bring it forward. And Dan James then looks to play the return pass, but the Dolphin slides it out of play for a Leeds throw.
And I've got to say again, excellent Rathbone in there, anticipating the loose ball and then giving away. I think it was a free kick as well. The referees kind of missed that in Rotherham's favour there. But again, Dan James, and this is what I'm saying, he drifts in and out of matches with the confidence that he's got a full half to run into. You know, but if he's up 1-1 and the defender, Bramble, in his face, take him all the way. He's to be fair, Bramble's already shown that he can move as well.
Yeah, Bramble's got a yard of pace, no doubt about that. Onyedinma here able to shepherd the ball out of play, and the Rotherham supporters appreciating that as it goes out of play for a goal kick that Johansson will take. We're nearly midway through the second half, and not too many signs of Leeds getting themselves back in front since the Rotherham equaliser.
Yeah, it's exactly that. I think if you're looking at Wayne Carlisle, he's thinking, you know what, when do I make that change to go and get 3 points? You know, like is it a Hugo that comes on, going direct, just give him that service, that aggressive, that aerial quality that he has, but he has to be given the service. He's not one of those players that's going to run the channels. And, you know, Anombe, who I think has improved this second half, but it's all about the service these strikers get. We talk about strikers not having confidence. If they're seeing a lot of the ball and they're doing the right things, then that confidence grows, and then they're in a position that they can put the ball in the back of the net. He's done excellent well, Nombe.
And he's got it again on the right-hand side of the penalty area. And just as he looked up, he saw that Revan was in the box. He looked for a Dolphin at the near post, who controlled it with his right foot, passed it into his left knee, and Leeds could clear as a result of that poor touch, but Rotherham get it back again over on the right-hand side with Rathbone. He works it back on Yedinma, back to Peltier, back from him. Morrison then drives it forward, trying to turn the back line, and it was flicked on by Junior Firpo. That took the pace off the ball forward, got it away from Onyedinma, and Meslier could run round it and pick it up. So you talk about Hugill, the Middlesbrough-born striker signed from Norwich back in January. He starts a lot of games, so you might see him come on. Georgie Kelly often comes on as an impact sub, another striker. He's only scored 1 goal in his last 15, but he may well be pressed into service sooner rather than later. Midway through the second half now on Talksport 2, and it's still 1-1. And Leeds have got it with Roden. Roden back for Meslier. Mellier's had plenty of touches tonight, very few with his hands, and most with his feet. Now to be played forward into the space and flicked on, and James very nearly got round the back of Ayala, who was just able to poke it out of harm's way.
Well, just looking at the Leeds formation at the minute, they've basically went 4v4 up top. They've got Somerville on penalty, and it's unbelievable.
Nombe running towards the edge of the penalty area here for Rotherham. Back it comes from him to Chiehi. Bramall. Word down the left-hand touchline, and he then gets the return ball. Chiehi picking it up again. Back comes Ruta. Ruta's flicked it into Chiehi, and it's gone out of play for a Leeds throw. Good defending again. Gray looks as though he's in a hurry to take it. He had Roden on, but two Rotherham players are looking to press him, and so Gray thought better of it rather than giving him a hospital throw. He's just taken his time and worked it back in field towards Ruta. But just go back to what you were saying about the 4 against 4 and how Leeds are approaching this going forward.
Well, that's it. I think players are taking responsibility, because I've not seen that information come on. I think it's just trying to create more space for Gray down the right-hand side and Firpo down the left, trying to kind of obviously kind of take the concentration of the 4 centre-backs, which you called it before a ball was kicked, with our offensive players, and take it from there, but just trying to create more space in the wide areas for those 4 centrally.
So here are the changes. We're going to see Bamford and Nyonto come on for Ruta and Junior Firpo, respectively. And Jan Poveda is going to be coming on as well. And we welcome listeners from Talksport to the New York Stadium. It's Rotherham 1, Leeds United 1. Crescencio Somerville's 6-minute goal giving Leeds the lead. But Hakeem Adofin equalised in first half stoppage time, and in the second period, the side third bottom have been the match of the side third top. No, the goalkeeper has really had an awful lot to do. Chris Uwelemo's alongside me. Leeds have just made a triple change to try and shake things up with 20 minutes to go.
Yeah, well, we've already spoken about the quality that they've got from the bench. Quality and depth as well. You know, they're seeing a lot more of the ball, but not really creating too many chances as they did in the first half. So Daniel Farke, it will be a concern, hence why the changes have been made. But Rotherham are defending well, really kind of compact, really hard to break down. But I've got to say, in the transition, that's what's most impressed me. Not just giving it back to Leeds, but trying to play, trying to kind of get up the pitch and playing through the thirds.
Well, they've got a very good record. Leeds United, they won the last 3. Rotherham in their first game since Matt Taylor was sacked, holding their own. The first half, Leeds could have been out of sight, but the second half has been a much more even contest. And it continues on TalkSport 2. We're into the final 20 minutes of this Yorkshire derby. It's still Rotherham United 1, Leeds United 1. Well, the ball goes out of play for a goal kick. Not even Melier was expecting that. He was turning and getting ready to protect the 6-yard box for a corner. But a goal kick has been given. Rotherham are going to make a double change in a moment. They're going to bring Jordan Hugill on. And we're also going to see the right back, Dexter Lembakisa, who's on loan from Wolves, the Jamaican international who has played in the Premier League. And he'll be coming on very shortly. Ball played forward by Roden. Not the best ball. And seized upon by Onyedinma for a moment, but went off him and out of play. So it's going to be a straight swap up front. Hugill for Nombe. And there'll be a big ovation for Sam Nombe. Hasn't really had too many chances in front of goal. Skied the only effort that he had, but work rate always exemplary. So he's coming off. And Hugill will replace him up front. And is it going to be Revan coming off as well? Yep. It is. And Lembakisa will come on to replace him.
Yeah, again, it's just you're bringing energy down that right-hand side. I think Lembakisa, he's on the left at the minute. But again, it's just end product, you know, when they get into that attacking area. And Hugill, you know, lead the line. Again, he's got to be strong, he's got to be compact, he's got to allow Rotherham to get up the pitch, and he brings those, he's got all those attributes, and he's so aggressive in the air that if he's given the right service, there's not many better.
So the double change made by Rotherham, just tidying up the triple change that Leeds made about a couple of minutes ago. Junior Firpo, Kamara and Ruta are the players that were taken off, and they brought on Bamford, Poveda and Nyonto. And we'll clarify how Leeds are lining up in a moment. Peru. about 5 yards outside the Rotherham penalty area, as playing in tandem with Bamford now in a slightly more advanced role. Willie Gnonto on the right, flicking it for Peru. Great ball forward. Bamford couldn't get it into his stride. Somerville will take it on. Great challenge from Peltier. Shot comes in from Gnonto, blocked by a Dolphin on the edge of the 6-yard box. And Leeds will come again with Cooper. Leeds have still got a man down, hurt inside the box. It's Dan James, but play will go on. And Morrison stretches, wanted too much time to get it away. Somerville helps it back, hits Morrison, goes out of play for a corner. Much better from Leeds United.
Outstanding from Leeds United. Peru there just tries to find Bamford, a little bit too much on it. Quick corner.
Which is worked short inside the penalty area, clipped in looking for Peru, and headed away by a Dolphin. Brought down by Gray on the half volley. Spears it out to this near touchline for Jan Poveda. The former Manchester City man going back towards halfway for Gray. Gray inside the centre circle finds Cooper. Leeds trying to turn the screw now in the wake of that triple change that they made. Poveda trying to take on Lembekisa, who shows him inside. And Poveda working it forward, flicked on by Somerville just behind Bamford, who had a really good chance. Had he been able to get that into his stride the previous phase of play, then it could have been 2-1. Now when the shot does come in from Peru, it's easily claimed by Johansson, who catches it, pulls it into his body and just collapses to the floor. 16 to go, and it remains 1-1 here on Talksport 2.
Jim, you said that when Leeds made the changes about the formation, I think formations went out the window. I think Daniel Farkas went, you know what, we're going to have more of the ball. We're bringing on Poveda, we're bringing on Gnonto. We're going to just let them go out and just get the ball, find space, and attack the goal. Because at the minute, they're all over the place.
Well, essentially, it's a back three with Archie Gray playing at centre half at the moment. He's in there along with Roden and Cooper. Gnonto is playing as a right wing back. They move James out to left wing back. And the rest of them, just give it a chase. Ball's out for a throw. And Gray's so versatile. We're talking about his footballing nous, and coming from the family that he does, you'd expect that. But such a mature player. And his reading of the game is exceptional. And his versatility is brilliant. Leeds will bring it forward now. It's 1-1, 15 to go. And they're in possession inside Rotherham territory. It's a long diagonal, great diagonal as well. Over Lembekisa, Gnonto over the bar. Sharp chance, a dipping effort. He couldn't quite get it to dip in time.
I've got to say, fantastic play. I think it's the wrong decision, I'll be honest. I think it's a great touch from Gnonto. I think he's got to go, and I'm looking at Bamford now just saying, you know what, put the ball across the face for me there, and I think that's the way that he's got to go. It has to be a spectacular finish, because we've already spoken about Johansson in the Rotherham goal, how highly we think of him. Has to be a spectacular finish to beat him from there. So you know what, go win the game for your team. Great first touch. Take it towards goal, because you're in behind your defender. Commit a defender, then just cut it back to Bamford to put into the empty goal.
Pat Bamford has got a good record against Rotherham. He's played against them 4 times in his career and scored in 3 of those, including his only previous match on this ground, which was a fair few years ago now, back in his Middlesbrough days in 2014. But not given the opportunity to extend that good run there as Gnonto went for goal. And then from the next passage of play, Rotherham have won themselves a free kick in Leeds territory, much closer to the halfway line than the edge of the penalty area. But it's a chance now for Rathbone to be able to tease this forward. And he's got plenty of 6-footers to try and hit. He's got Ayala, Morrison and a Dolphin, all in close attendance in the far post area. Hugill stands in the middle of the D. Bramall around the edge of the D. Teased in there by Rathbone and flicked on when the referee saw a push, I think by Ayala. And it's a free kick that will be taken by Leeds, and they've taken it really quickly. So good on the counter-attack. They've scored most goals in the division from fast breaks this season. And they've got it again with Gnonto, but he's been forced to go back for Gray. And Gray will take it to the edge of the centre circle and then work it forward towards halfway. It remains 1 apiece. You're with Talksport 2. Jim Proudfoot and Chris Uwelemo talking through the action on a cold night here at the New York Stadium. Meslier. Back out towards Cooper. Cooper back infield towards Joe Roden, and the Welshman plays it forward, does well between the lines, finds Poveda. Gnonto made an early run. Lembakisa let him go, and Gnonto had to come back to get back on side. Rotherham turned it over in the midfield with Rathbone. Rathbone, still industrious, has done really well. Good ball retention. Quick exchange of passes with Lembakisa. Rathbone then works it intelligently to Chiehi to his right. Appreciated not just by Chris, but by the Rotherham supporters all around us. Now Chiehi's got it. Onyedinma. And he can make his way forward. He did well to take 2 Leeds players out of it there. Onyedinma, he's battling, still he goes, and the goalkeeper comes out and does well. Saves with his legs, beats it away. It's a Rotherham corner.
Excellent play. Excellent phase of play from Rotherham. Rathbone at the heart of that as well. Tehi, excellent little bit of control, releases Onyedinma, and he gets at his man. Wow, he opened up. It was a save, wasn't it? Why is it? How can he give a goal kick?
Well, it must have taken a ricochet from Meslier once he'd made the save back into Onyedinma before it went over the line. It was a ricochet I didn't see. It was a ricochet that not many Rotherham supporters at that end of the ground saw, but referee Oliver Langford very well placed. So a goal kick was given and Leeds work it forward, and there is an offside flag up against Bamford.
Well, I'm right in line with that as well, Jim, and that was very, very close, very, very tight. It's one of them. It was an excellent ball, excellent run from Bamford as well, but very, very close. I've got to say it's an excellent save from Meslier as well. Onyedinma, why are we just seeing this now? He got up one way his man, took him on, had the full half to run into, and had the legs on him as well.
Well, talking of legs, Leeds are going to make a change. Pascal Strout coming on for the last 10 minutes. Now that's been a brilliant recovery from hernia surgery, which he only had a fortnight ago. He's only missed 1 game for that operation because of the international breaks. Strout on for Cooper. Strout gets the armband and the Dutchman is on for the final 10 minutes. And the Rotherham management trio just give a few instructions. They're talking to Bramall, they're talking to Lembakisa, and 3 fingers are up from Scott Brown, which would indicate, you would imagine that they're just going to go with a back 3 for the final 10 minutes. So both sides, to an extent, playing their hands here. 10 minutes to go. Both have got a point against their name, but who can turn 1 into 3?
Well, that's it. I love that bravery from Wayne Carlisle, not just sitting happy with the point, because I think defensively, they've been outstanding this second half.
James will play it forward. Lembakisa, who's over on his favoured right now, plays it back, and it's cleared right-footed upfield by Morrison. And work forward, but not to good effect, and Leeds will be able to get it back, and Meslier got it, and then looked as though he's just going to turn the wrong way in towards Jordan Hugill for a moment, but he turned the other, and they'll be able to clear down the left-hand side. If you're Wayne Carlisle, bearing in mind that to an extent Leeds at home's a free hit, do you just sit on the point now?
Well, I'm sitting thinking, yes, you do. But he's got a point to prove as well. He can showcase what he's all about. I know he's been given a fantastic opportunity. He might want the job as well. He goes and wins the next couple of games, you just never know. So, no, bravery. I like to see it. Having a little gamble.
So Rotherham now lining up. Lembakisa at right back in a 5 with Bramall on the left, and they've got Ayala on the right of the 3 centre halves. Morrison sweeping, and then on the left is Peltier. Here's Gray. Gray back behind square for Ampadu. Still 1-1 here. Shot from Bamford, wide. He was 27, 28 yards out, left-footed, well hit, but although the goalkeeper Johansson was scrambling, I think he probably had it covered.
Well, I'm looking at that. It was an excellent opportunity. It's a fantastic strike from Bamford. Ball was moving all the while, just dips as well, a couple yards from the goal line, just wide right. But Johansson was scrambling definitely. But like you say, you have to take the shot on.
Hasn't scored yet this season, Bamford. He's had 9 appearances, all as a substitute. He hasn't started a game for 6 months now. Had that golden opportunity to break his duck for the season from the penalty spot at Stoke, and I think his penalty's just about coming down now. The ball is with Gray. Gray coming forward over halfway, sliding challenge from Odoffin, puts it out. It goes into the Rotherham dugout beneath us and out for a throw that'll be taken by Leeds United. If the referee has pulled play back, he said that it was a foul There's a free kick that has been taken by Archie Gray. Back for Ampadu. 7.5 to go. And not a stack of stoppage time. We've had substitutions. We've had just the one injury in this second half when Thiehi went down, so it might only be 4 minutes to be added. The ball is with Somerville, left-hand side of the penalty area. Somerville pulling it back. Right-footed effort, takes a deflection. It was James with the shot. The goalkeeper thought about coming out. The ball was never going to get there because of the spin after the deflection. So the Rotherham players having to mop up in front of him, concede a corner.
Defensively, you cannot switch off when Somerville's around. He chases everything, every free ball. He's that sharp across those first couple of yards as well. You have to be switched on. He nearly got in behind, just with the likes of Morrison and Peltier just not watching, not being aware of what's around them.
So a corner to be taken on the Leeds United left. It's their third of the game. Taken short. In towards the feet of James. Right-footed, just chipped up towards the edge of the 6-yard box, and Strout's header is a foot wide.
Free header. You know, he's looking to the skies now, and rightfully so. Should be in the back of the net. I've got to say that the cross from James, there was a lot of, I guess, pace on the cross, but he just had to direct it. And I think if he finds that bottom right-hand corner, Johansson's beaten in the goal.
Leeds' final change. Dan James coming off Jayden Anthony on loan from Bournemouth will come on to replace him. Man who scored 8 goals in this division as Bournemouth won promotion a couple of seasons ago. And Jayden Anthony will come on and will take his place on the Leeds United left for the final 6 minutes plus stoppage time.
Yeah, just come on, try and get up to speed very, very quickly. Be creative, end product.
So he's playing at left wing back. Nyonto at right wing back. Gray, one of the centre halves, one of the 3 centre halves for Leeds, but it's very much a back 3 against very much a back 5. Rotherham bring it forward, and has gone out of play for a corner. It was a good play down the left-hand side by Cohen Bramall. Nyonto coming back, blocked it, and it goes out of play. Is it a corner? Is it going to be another long throw? It is a corner. Rathbone coming across to take it, spotted down by the quadrant. We're into the 86th minute at 1-1. And Rotherham looking to seal an unlikely win. All the 6-footers forward again. Supplemented now by Hugill. Now he's come off the bench. In comes the corner. Hit him very high towards the far post. Ayala was the target. Headed away. And then Gray helps it further clear. He's going to be able to win it back for Rotherham and takes it down towards the corner flag. And wins another corner off Gray.
Keeping the pressure on. You know, I think... I've got to say, I think it was Strout that with a fantastic defensive header there. But Rotherham picking up the second ball. Sehi, good quality. I think it can go straight back in the box, but gets control of it. No qualms at all. Rotherham are on top at the minute. Look the more likely to go and get that winning goal.
Corner to be taken on the Rotherham right-hand side this time. The last one came from the left. Rathbone will take it. Right-footed away, swinging towards the penalty spot. And it was a free header for Morrison. Some way wide.
Well, I'm looking at that, Jim, and he's risen very, very early. He's like trying to hang in the air, and I just think because he's up so early, he's not running into that position. He runs into the position, free header, Morrison. You know that he's done it time and time again over the years as well. But it's a free header, and he's sitting thinking, what's going on? It's a fantastic corner in.
It's finished in the Scottish Cup ties. Dunfermline 0, Wraith 3. Dunfermline missed a late penalty in that. Clyde, down to 10 men, but they've beaten Nottingham Dreamfield Swifts by 2 goals to 0. So they're both through in their Scottish Cup ties tonight. The live football returning tomorrow. Manchester City, Liverpool over on Talksport. Build up at 11 ahead of a 12:30 kickoff. And tomorrow night, West Brom Ipswich here on Talksport 2 from 5:30. We've got 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time. 1-1. Leeds looking for a late winner. There's a fixture that in the recent past has often had a bit of late drama in it. And Rotherham have had a few games this season where the destiny of the points has changed late on. They had that game against Ipswich here where they salvaged a very late equaliser in a game that they both led and trailed. Peru plays it forward here. He hasn't been able to get involved as much as he would like. His pass was in behind Poveda. Rotherham will try and break. Onyedinma on the left, taking on Gray. Works it down the line. Great run this by Bramall. He's got goal side. But the ball in towards Hugill was easily knocked away. And Leeds will be able to bring it clear.
Again, excellent play down this left-hand side. You know, that ball in behind. I've got to say, I think it was Onyedinma that's played Bramall in. Just good energy. Bramall, underlap it was, and then just the cross. Hugo's trying to peel off the central defender. He just couldn't beat the first man, Bramall.
Leeds working forward towards Poveda. Poveda on the right-hand edge of the penalty area, twisting and turning, beating Chehi. Left-footed ball swung in, too much curl on it, headed away by Ayala. Lembikisa gets it further away to make sure it goes out for a throw, not a corner. But it'll be a throw that'll be taken on the Leeds left, and Anthony goes across to take it. Picks up the ball. Takes a throw immediately, finding Strauch. Strauch for Ethan Ampadu. 1-1. Leeds fast, running out of time. This is a night that will be an unexpected bonus for Ipswich and for Leicester if it stays this way. That Leeds will only shave a point off the gap at the top. There will be 7 behind the pair of them. If it stays this way, it is still a big if. Jaden Anthony taking on Lembikisa, who's beaten him. Not Meg Ayala, but Morrison clears. Only as far as Ampadu. It was a tired, low, scuffed clearance. Plenty of pressure still to come. Bamford with a poor flick round the corner. Got it away from Peltier. Just presented it to Morrison. And he will get it away, and it's still 1-1. We're almost in the 90th minute.
Yeah, I've got to say, Morrison there, that's when you put the foot through. It doesn't matter where it goes. I think Bamford, that understanding between him and Peru just isn't there. You know, I think they're working as a two at the minute, but very much on their own.
And they have it again, Leeds, bringing it forward. Down by the corner flag. Chance to try and deliver. It's played in towards Bamford. Didn't quite break Anthony's way after the initial header. Helped back by Strauch for Gray. Bottom right-hand corner of the penalty area, Willie Gnonto. Gnonto trying to commit. Bramall gets it in, and the offside flag's up. Big celebrations, but the flag is up. It doesn't count. Gnonto doesn't know it, and he goes and milks the celebration in front of the Leeds United supporters, but the flag was up very early. And it stays 1-1.
Well, I'm surprised. I'm surprised that the flag went up. I can only think it's Peru, is it, that's in an offside position. He tries to come back and get it, but there's no contact with the ball. You know, so I'm confused. You know, I think, is he in the line of the play for the goalkeeper? I think he is. You know, so I think that then stops the goalkeeper from making a certain decision, maybe advancing, so he affects play.
Well, we haven't got any replays here at the New York Stadium, but the flag was up very early. And the goal is chalked off. We go into 5 minutes of added time. So it's going to be late and dramatic if either side can turn 1 point into 3 late in this game. The clearance right-footed by Johansson. High ball forward. Just headed away from the heart of his defence by Strauch. Brought under control by Onyedinma. Gray down towards the right flank for Gnonto. The wing-back working back through the midfield. Ampadu to Strauch. Strauch out towards the left-hand side. Rotherham will be bringing Kelly on in a moment. Just a late run, and Lindsay is also getting stripped and ready for action. Kelly's actually sat back down again, but Lindsay's going to be coming on for what will be his first appearance of the season after a tendon injury. Strauch's got it. First of the 5 added minutes already elapsed. Somerville now. Somerville making for the return ball. Bamford played it to him. Somerville went down. Collision with Chehi, and the referee said it was just a collision, no foul. Rotherham get it upfield. Strauch mops up, goes back to his goalkeeper. Leeds build again.
Nah, it's a shocking decision from the referee. Somerville's got away from his man. A little 1-2 way, I think it was Bamford. And it's an excellent set as well. I don't understand how it can't be given. I think he's unsighted. He's trying to look through people there, the referee, by his body language, but it has to be better than that.
Leeds again. Working it with Strauch to Anthony. Ampadu to Gnonto. Gnonto, that surely is a free kick. And Cohen Bramall has just booted him. And it's a free kick to Leeds. The right-hand side, a little bit close to the edge of the penalty area, really for a shot, but a left footer might fancy it, and Peru is going to come across and spot it down.
No card.
No card.
Talk to me, Jim.
I was just an agricultural hack. You are not getting past me. Whack. Have some.
Enough.
You just needed Peter Kay to say, have it, and you had the full set. I mean, he was stopping him. So no yellow card. It's a free kick, which will be taken by Leeds. Actually, where they've spotted the ball down, the angle's a little bit better than I thought. So Peru and Somerville are the two standing over it. Johansson has got his right shoulder by his right post, and he's just lining up a 4-man wall. Rathbone is going to sprint out the wall. Big moment this. In the 3rd minute of stoppage time, Somerville over, way over. And it's a chance gone.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be Peru all day long, just going towards the back post area. If Johansson makes a save, there's Leeds players advancing onto it, but like you say, Somerville with the confidence, you can't really question it, but you just got to get up and down over the wall. It's a good position as well, the free kick there, but it has to be better executed.
Standing ovation for Ollie Rathbone as he comes off. He's played really well, and he'll be replaced by Jamie Lindsay. As I mentioned a few moments ago, really good to see the Scotsman back, involved again after the bad injury problem that he picked up at the end of last season. Hasn't played since the final day of last season, but he was instrumental in keeping the Millers up. And he's on for the final couple of minutes here. And it's a free kick to Leeds for a handball by Hugo, which will be taken by Ampadu just outside the centre circle. There is still time. And Leeds look far and away the more likely side, but I think the way the Rotherham have played second half, they'll feel that they thoroughly merit a point. Leeds so much better than Rotherham in the first half, but had nothing to show for it after the late concession before half-time. Somerville's got it, remains 1-1. Gray letting the ball run down towards the right-hand side for Gnonto. Gnonto taking on the Rotherham back line. Bramall backpedaling quickly. Poveda will take over, faced up by Onya Dinma. Gnonto's outside him. Inside him is Ampadu. Ampadu's right-footed delivery, headed away before it got to Bamford. Hugill made a mess of getting it clear. Somerville with a shot. And there were better options. Little ball slipped through towards Gnonto. Would have given the offside flag something to think about, but he may well have been on. And if he could have played him in, he was in a great position. But as it is, Johansson makes the save, and it's going to end 1-1, I think.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think Somerville there, when he dispossesses Hugo, straight away he's got to let Gnonto in there. Excellent little run. If he gives him it straight away, he's onside there, Jim, and he's going 1-on-1 with Johansson there. So I understand why he took the shot on, but in those little moments, those little small margins, those are that makes a difference.
Well, they've only taken 7 points in the last 11 games, Rotherham. This will be a big point for them. It will keep them inside the bottom three. They'll still be 3 adrift of safety, but they've got a free kick now given away by Gray. And this will be the last chance of the game because 5 additional minutes were prescribed. We've had a substitution in stoppage time. We've now played almost 5.5 minutes, so this will be it. Last set piece. And if Rotherham get this right, it will be a famous win against the Leeds United side they haven't beaten for 7 years. There will be an element of smash and grab about it, more than an element of smash and grab about it. The Millers would not care one jot. Bramall to take it. There's one in the wall. It's going to be swung in from near the left-hand touchline. 5, 6 6-footers to aim at. Left-footed. In very deep towards the back post. Too deep as it turns out. It'll bounce once inside the box. And that is the last action of the game. And it's a full-time whistle that is cheered with appreciation by the Rotherham supporters. It's a big point for them, and 2 dropped for Leeds in a game that they could have had 3 or 4 goals in the first half. Didn't make the most of the chances, and it ends all square. And Rotherham in successive games here have held 2 of the top 3 teams. I think Matt Taylor will be an element of pride about the departed Rotherham boss with the performance that his old side have put up today. The future remains uncertain as far as the Millers are concerned with who will come in, but the raw ingredients are there for the new manager to work with. For Leeds United and Daniel Farker, that's a frustrating night. It's ended. Rotherham 1, Leeds 1.
Well, Leeds United stay 3rd. A run of 3 straight wins in the Championship comes to an end. They are now 7 points behind the leaders, Leicester and Ipswich. A very valuable point for Rotherham in their bid for survival. It does leave them 22nd, but they are now just 3 points from safety behind Huddersfield. Chris Iwelumo, I didn't see Leeds go through the gears as good as they were, I have to say. I agree with you on that because the stats heavily in their favour. 64% possession on the evening. They had 18 shots, just 5 on target. Compare that to just 6 goal attempts from Rotherham. 3 of those on target, and there was a huge chance for Nombe in that second half. We saw a brilliant block on the line from Cooper. Maybe he should have rolled it to a Dauphin, but chances for Somerville. Nonto strike as well for Leeds. Onyedinma forced a good save from Meslier. Replays showed, I have to say, a very good shout for a penalty and a potential red card for Peltier's challenge on James. Looks like studs on mid-shin. The Welshman stayed down afterwards. He was okay, went off not too long afterwards, not through the injury. There was lots for us to talk about in terms of that melting pot, but ultimately you have to reflect on a valuable point for Rotherham and a missed opportunity for Leeds.
Yeah, it was. I think Winkler will be delighted. Showed the reaction after that lapse, going behind, getting into the game against the run of play. But I've got to say, second half, I thought Rotherham, and there was chances, there's going to be chances when you're up against a Leeds side with this quality, but defended well, were more of a threat. That whatever was said at half-time, the players took it on board, and I think they managed the second half very, very well and created some great opportunities themselves. So they have to kind of go out, take that into the next game. Like you say, here at home, it's so important that they take these kind of performances away from home. For Leeds, frustrating night. An opportunity to put pressure on the top two, and like you say, it's giving them an opportunity to just kind of get away a little bit further now.
Not to use it as an excuse on his behalf, Daniel Farke said in the press conference before this match he didn't think Friday night game should happen after an international break. I think that result will maybe confirm that in his mind, because as good as they were, if this was 3 o'clock on Saturday afternoon, you might have seen just a little bit more in the legs of those lead players, probably even more chances and most definitely more goals. But there you go, it wasn't to be for them this evening. Chris Uwalumo, Jim Proudfoot, you've been fantastic company. As I said, Leeds 7 points behind the leaders. Rotherham now 3 points from safety after that 1-1 draw at the New York Stadium. Remember, lots more live football to come across the Talksport network. We have Manchester City against Liverpool, 12:30 kickoff on Talksport tomorrow, exclusively in the Premier League. All the build-up from 11 o'clock with Resmin Chowdhury, Sam Matterface and the former City boss Stuart Pearce. Game day live on Talksport at 2:30. All the goals as they go in with Adrian Durham, Ray Parlour and Perry Groves. Burnley versus West Ham, Newcastle, Chelsea, Sheffield United, Bournemouth, as well. We will have Burnley's game with West Ham at 3 o'clock tomorrow, live here on Talksport 2. Following that, back to the Championship for West Brom versus Ipswich. So loads of great football to come across this weekend. Remember, Sports Bar Weekender over on Talksport right now with Adam Cattrall and Carlton Cole taking your calls. So get in touch, 03717 223344. Here next on Talksport 2, an episode of Upfront with Simon Jordan. He'll be joined by the great Ruud Gullit on the show. But it was a massive night for the interim boss Wayne Carlisle. It sees the Millers pick up a draw against the might of Leeds United, showing there's plenty of fight in this Rotherham side yet. It's finished Rotherham 1, Leeds United 1.
Good ball play for Somerville, driving inside the penalty area. Somerville, brilliant. Magnificent finish by Chris Somerville, who picked it up in the inside left channel, got it onto his right foot and blasted it into the bottom right-hand corner. He's taken barely 6 minutes. It's Rotherham 0, Leeds 1.
Took it on himself, the confidence that he's got. That's 6 goals in 8 championship games. Outstanding return from a wide man as well, and he brings assists.
Cross comes in from Rathbone, hits the nearest Leeds player. Play back towards Chiehi. He's on the slide, almost breaks for a Dauphin in the penalty area. And he fires it into the bottom left-hand corner to get Rotherham back on level terms. And that is the last action of the game. And it's a full-time whistle that is shared with appreciation by the Rotherham supporters. It's a big point for them. And 2 dropped for Leeds. It's ended. Rotherham 1, Leeds 1.
When it comes to that reliable football shirt,